Do you ever get back into a game that you haven't played in like months, but you played it for like a couple 100 hours and you forget why you stopped? Then you begin playing it, and
it's happened to me too many times.
And then you remember why you stopped.
No, well, yeah. I think I stopped because I burnt myself out playing it, but I'm no longer burnt out playing this game. Playing Division 2. I love this game.
Yeah. I played Division 1. I know I was burnt out, Hobo, and I stopped playing after a while. And then it became free, and then I tried to get back into it, and I was like, yeah, no, I remember why I didn't play this.
Yeah. The only reason why I play Division 1 nowadays is to get the free cosmetics you get for doing challenges. For Division 2.
Makes sense.
Division 2 is a fun game. The new DLC's coming out soon, or I think it is actually out. Ah, bugger.
Benny?
Mm-hmm.
Why does Google Chrome take up so much memory?
The way that Google Chrome works, in order to make it fast for you to switch between tabs, the entire site is loaded even if the tab is in the background. So what it does is that the entire website is in your memory so that you can very quickly access it, very quickly go through it. So if you have too many tabs open, your memory is dead.
Oh, I see. Is there like a way to switch that off?
You close the tabs that you're not using.
Yeah, I know, but like if you need the tabs but don't need them to load instantly.
Then you bookmark them. You create like bookmark groups for the tabs that you don't want to use right now, and then you open them when you want to use them.
I feel you, Ariana. I got the smiley face on my tabs too many times. It's like...
Doing the whole I'm gonna keep my Chrome tabs open for a very long thing isn't very good for your computer either, because it will eventually just die.
Well, actually, I just realized that I actually can just bookmark and close D&D Beyond because I like don't need it if I'm not looking at stuff. Yeah, makes sense.
Yay.
I'm just gonna ping Granada so they know it's starting.
Benny, you took out your braid! How dare you?
No, the hair tie that you used just fell off.
No, I know what you mean, Danny. This song is very catchy.
Hey.
It is. It's super catchy. I just stopped myself from like. Yeah, it's super catchy.
Also, I'm not sure why, but I have a Pegev Awyog in my character sheet.
What?
Oh, that's.
I don't know who that is.
Yeah, no, ignore that. We're waiting for the rest to join us. Who are we missing?
Agatha's doing
We're
homework.
missing Dennis.
Dennis
not coming.
Today, yeah.
Dennis is not coming?
Yeah, no,
Oh,
he's
shame.
busy. He's actually traveling at this very moment.
Oh.
So in that case, here's what I'm gonna do. Guys, give me about 5 more minutes before I begin. I need to do something very quickly. Okay.
Oh, it's time for you to do that,
A,
though.
B, C, D, E, F, G, H, H, I, J, K, L, M, N, M. No, Magpie's not in this campaign, and now that. Oh, Odessa, and then Shinari is the last one. Got it.
Probably change my nickname.
Oh, same.
Yeah, do change your nicknames, guys.
There we go.
Rihanna's fighting for dominance as DM.
No, shush.
No, sure.
It's okay. Elrona will just take a bit more damage this session.
She'll be focused.
Okay, I'm no longer DM, right, you guys?
Blood and sword, huh? Yeah.
Shit, it's too catchy.
I know, right? Dessa, how do you have an 18 AC? Jesus Christ.
Wait, what?
Your AC is 18. It's insane.
Lucky. I only have 14.
Who, me? I don't even know what my... Oh, it is.
Oh yeah, there's one thing I wanted to ask you, Penny. When we get to level 4, and we can get, like, you know, ability improvements and feats and shit.
Mm-hmm.
Can I take Dragonhide?
You can certainly take Dragonhide.
Cool.
That makes sense.
It does. Don't know if I can have it though, if D&D Beyond lets me, because I think it's a Dragonborn thing. Yeah, it's a Dragonborn thing. Fuck. Oh well.
Are you fucking kidding me?
Oh, no.
Sorry guys, give me a second.
We're all gonna die.
You're all gonna die. Yep.
How does Kimaris have 34 max HP? Jesus Christ.
I'm beefy boy.
Sounds like you're balancing something right now.
No, I'm not. I'm just making it easier for me to look this shit up so I don't always have to ask you. Because, like, if let's say I want to surprise you guys for something, right? And then I suddenly ask you, it like breaks immersion. And I don't want you guys to be like, oh my goodness, something is happening. Because then that breaks RP.
Cool.
You can just do it randomly once in a while, and then nothing happens.
Keep us on our toes.
Right.
What makes you think I haven't already?
Yeah.
Alright, I give up on this. Alright, let's see. I'll fix that for next session, so we'll still stick with Roll20 initiative for now. Alright, let's see here. From OBS, let's take that off. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to session 3 of Adventures in Granada. Who are we missing? Dennis isn't here, I know about that, and neither is Agatha. Everybody else who is online is on the server. Perfection.
Yay.
Alright, make it Roll20. Make sure that you're all on Roll20 at this time.
Indeed.
Last week in
What
Adventures...
is Roll20?
I don't even know. Last week on Adventures in Granada, after an interesting 2 days with Albert, where he was shadowing each one of you over the course of an hour or two, just trying to learn more about each one of you, what you do, and oh my goodness, Riker set a crying seal as your portrait.
That's
Yeah,
always
for
been his
this entire
portrait.
time, yeah.
It's always been his portrait. It's great.
I just increased the size of the portraits to large, so now it's looking at me and I can't help it. Alright. As we come into this final night, each one of you go through this intense moment of reconciliation with yourselves. Kimaris, you have found new power in the channeling of your blood and your connection to your forebears. Elrona, you have learned the wonders and the nuances of speech and how you could use that to influence the world around you, to effect your will, as it were, to a greater degree than perhaps you have learned previously. Navid, spoken of, not to some higher power, but to oneself. A new oath, the first of its kind. Riker, you have completed the first of your new creations outside of the military, the first that is truly yours and yours alone, this companion. Erika found a new companion. Shinari, in your night, you think about the interesting day you've had. You've been living here and around here for a while now, ever since you left the north. And in the difference from the frigid heights and depths of the Blue Spire Mountains, this has always been a place of a natural order. Things are hunted, things are to be hunted, and things hunt. However, in the hunt that you went on in the past couple of days, something was different. For the first time, perhaps not the first time ever, but for the first time in a while, one hunt resulted in a life ending for the sake of other lives continuing, yes, as it always does. But a life being freed, and although you do not know it yet, that freed life has found a new bond. Pondering over this interesting reality, and then an appreciation for this hunt, and you choose to take on the title of Hunter. Because you finally understand that hunting is more than killing a creature. It's a way of being. A state, as it were. Odessa, you received a troubling omen, and have yet to make sense of it. So, as you all retire to your beds for your long rest, and arisen the next morning, Party, what would you like to do?
So, today's the day that essentially the mayor of the town comes back from his vacation. Yeah.
He's expected to return around midday, yeah.
Lovely. I think Kamaris he gets up, very chipper with himself, does his morning prayers, and then just almost skips down the stairs. He is in an extremely good mood. Could just makes his way down for breakfast.
Odessa comes down, she looks pretty much the opposite. She looks like she hasn't slept well. Like, bags under her eyes, really troubled, kind of sits down and absentmindedly picks at her food.
Erika
I'll
comes
give.
down and both of you startle as you see just behind him is this massive black feathered avian, which you somewhat do recognize from the previous day's escapades.
What? No, what? No.
Wait.
No.
It is friend. It's a friend. Isn't it beautiful?
The one that gave you the scars?
Well, we gave him one as well, and you guys now see this massive raven, as it were, this corvid, beautiful avian creature, does have one eye missing. It is the right eye, if I remember correctly.
Huh.
That's
So you're even now.
They both look at each other almost in unison and look back at you. And Erika goes, "Yes, even. I have named him Odin. He's my companion now."
I'm in too much of a good mood to fucking care. So lovely, new pet acquired.
Well,
Lovely.
I came down because I needed to tell you that I feel like Odin needs to go out into the forest for unfinished business. I might be away a day, but I will catch up with you on the trail. Is that okay?
Have fun murdering whatever you're gonna murder.
Yeah, and he leaves.
So I would think that Shay's morning routine is she gets up probably the earliest, unless someone else is an early riser, and directly would head outside and just kind of commune with nature, kind of meditate, relax, clear her mind from the nighttime, and then she would head back in for breakfast.
Very well. Rika, you wanted to say something?
I'll pat Ramos on the head and tell him to follow me downstairs, get like a cup of coffee or something. I'm very tired looking.
Okay. Is Ramos holding the cup of coffee or are you?
Me.
Okay, fair enough.
I don't know how you would do that.
Well, I mean, he is a mechanical automaton. I'm assuming like part of his like body could morph into like a cup holder.
I built a cup holder in my
Build a cup holder,
animal.
as every good invention should have. A cup holder.
Why not? And Elrona.
As Arana wakes up, she kind of thinks about what she read in the book and what she was wondering about the whole previous day. And she kind of grabs Rooney as she walks down and she tries some of the new talking to people stuff that she's learned about. So she kind of walks up to Odessa and she's like, "Odessa, you look very pretty today."
Oh, thank you. So do you.
"Thank you." She kind of smiles to herself and she's like, "Oh, it really works."
Rooney looks mildly concerned, looking up at you like, "What?"
"Rooney, you look very handsome today as well."
Make an animal handling check.
What?
No, you're gonna assassinate me.
This fucking cat is the biggest mystery in this campaign.
10?
10? Rooney looks mildly skeptical, but also pleased with this change in demeanor. He's very confused.
I'm gonna remark on the automaton, just like looking at Riker. Like, what's this?
He is my creation.
Hey, Navit waking up late. No.
Yay, I've been waking up late.
On brand.
I joined. I'm here.
Yay!
Sorry, Jay. I didn't mean to
Welcome,
interrupt.
welcome.
Not good.
But Jay, continue.
He is my creation. His name is Ramos. I'll give him a little pat on the head.
Oh, you made this?
Yes.
What does he look like?
Oh, it's
Yeah.
like a metal lion.
Ooh,
What?
Oh shit, cool.
like life size?
Fairly
Yes.
life size. Slightly
Oh.
smaller than a real lion would be, because real lions are larger than the automaton, but about as big as like a jaguar, basically.
How do you spell his
Cool.
name?
Ramos.
Remos?
Named after the capital of the
Yeah.
of Hytera.
Agatha, everybody just woke up. Not you didn't miss
Oh.
much.
Yeah, don't worry.
You were just about to wake up.
No, I think Navit was asleep even more than this.
I never had a big day last night. Just a bit of sickness.
Navit, as you awake from your slumber, you feel change. Not physical, not like they're holding you down. You wake up just fine physically. You actually feel great.
Hold up, her connection is wonky.
No.
No.
Also,
Why
there's
does
a
it
lot
sound
of
like a
birds.
swarm of birds is attacking somebody?
It's attacking
Damn
Hobo.
birds.
A bunch of birds
Oh
are
my
attacking
God.
Hobo.
It's another ranger subclass.
Dennis isn't here because he went to assassinate Hobo.
God.
Oh, that
Oh,
is
no, it's going.
hobo.
He's like, I have some unfinished business. Goes out of the veteran forest and teleports to Singapore.
Oh no.
Singapore. Phone switching.
Who do we lose?
I've
It's just
lost everyone.
Agatha. Just
I just
switching.
switching.
Well,
Switch
Navid
to
is still
about-
sleeping, so the rest of you can proceed to breakfast.
Cool.
Arona kind of looks at Riker's new companion, and she kind of like nudges Rooney, and she goes, "Oh, Rooney, it looks kind of like you. Go play with it."
Make
You
a
okay?
animal handling or wait, up to you. Animal handling or persuasion? Choose one.
Me?
Yeah.
I'm gonna make persuasion. I want Rooney to have a friend. Okay, that's 13.
13. Rudy kind of like looks at the metal lion, looks back at you, looks back at the metal lion, looks back at you, then walks over to the metal lion, kind of like inspecting it. And the metal lion suddenly jerks and moves because it is an automaton, it's not a real animal. Rudy gets startled and just swats at it, runs back to you.
Scared to get.
Oh no.
Shay will ask. We'll just say good morning. Is it?
Good morning, Shay. You look very pretty today.
Oh well. Thank you. You look quite fetching yourself. Is it friendly?
Yes. It will listen to whatever I tell it to do.
Hmm.
Can you
So
make
it has no
take a
free
stick?
will.
It is an automaton. It is not
Does
truly
anyone
alive.
have free will?
Oh,
Oh.
that is deep for breakfast.
By the way,
No.
I just want to take an aside here to mention that you made Ramos a lion instead of because you thought that the symbol of Ramos was a lion. But when you asked me that question, I was half asleep, and I was like, "Wait, didn't I make it a wolf?" But I assumed it was a lion because you said it was lion. Looking back at the map, that's definitely a wolf. It's not a lion.
Oh, is it?
Yeah,
It's a
wolf.
lion now.
Because I named Ramos after Ramos and Romulus because Romulus is the wolf that Rome was named after, and they're both like wolves.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh,
Hmm.
Premature
Romulus.
retcon.
Are we gonna change the symbol or are we gonna change his pet?
Or
I
neither.
mean, I'm fine with it being like a big ass wolf too. So,
It's up to you.
then yeah, it's a wolf.
It's a wolf.
Cool.
Okay, it's a wolf, guys.
Yeah,
Everything
that
you
definitely
heard
looks
was a
like
lie.
Rooney. Definitely.
Yeah, the world destroyed itself and it reforms and is not alive anymore. It's a wolf.
Yeah, like all of you
I just
watch.
take off the mane.
Alright, I think my
It's like a Mandela effect.
I think everything works for me now.
Yay! Hello.
Hey.
Hey.
For once, can I have no mic issues or connection issues?
You may
Like
not.
once.
Let's see.
Not
So,
asking
You'll get
that.
there. You'll get there.
while everybody else
Eventually.
is having breakfast, Navid, you wake up cold as all balls on the balcony.
Oh jeez.
And I'm just like sitting up and just thinking what happened. Like, oh, and I go inside the room because I realize I'm freezing.
Okay.
Alright, yeah, I dress myself and go downstairs to join others.
Okay, fair enough. So about an hour after you guys have started like hanging around, having breakfast and having coffee, Navid comes down. eye bags around his already black eyes. Navid, what are you doing?
Morning, everyone. I really hope it's morning.
Hello.
You
Uh,
look very handsome
shit,
today,
mate.
David.
yeah, I just didn't sleep well.
Alright.
There's a giant metal wolf now.
It's always been a wolf.
Right.
There's
Yeah.
just also
There's
a
a
giant
lion a
bird.
second ago.
Navid hasn't seen it yet. That's why she's just
Yeah.
pointing it out. There's a metal thing.
What do you mean you don't
There's
have
also a
such
giant bird that's joined us, but it's not here right
Was it
now.
not a wolf before? You guys see Albert is not downstairs as well.
Uh,
No, it's always been a wolf.
Right. I'm
so
very confused. But
Yeah, me too. What the fuck happened?
Apparently a lot.
obviously, Mr. Riker has created a new, overnight apparently, an incredible new specimen of science and magic.
Yes.
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 Indeed.
Yes.
Also, Eric now has a bird friend. I saw him leaving the grounds.
And I'm a magic man.
And I know how to
pleased with himself
talk.
now.
Yes,
Right.
wow!
haven't
Not
you
even
always
one, I
been
know
the
how to
magic man?
Talk. I'm sorry, I'm very surprised at something entirely different from you. You can go ahead with your surprise early and I'll hold mine till later.
All surprises.
No, I was just asking Kamaris, haven't you always been a magic man?
Well, more like practical magic, like I bleed and then lightning. But now I can do this,
And like he kind of does some hand gestures, and then you can feel something poking your face.
Shay ducks as soon as she sees him start
My
dodging.
face?
You just feel like something is prodding you in the face, like
I
and
turn to
Kamar's like doing the
look at
motion like poking. It's like a magical hand.
Oh, why?
You can see it, by the
That's
way,
new.
because it's not invisible.
Yeah, no, it's just like a magical hand. Poke.
Thanks.
Poke,
I'm
poke.
gonna touch people now.
Are you
I
going to
mean-
touch people now? What a question.
I'll make the hand fly over to Alora and just fucking poke her in the face too.
Wait, who's Elora? We're
I
not
don't know.
in Critical Role.
Alora.
I'm Elora.
Alora.
You triggered me because I
remember
play a character named Laura.
Her name is Elrona.
Alora. I'll just poke her in the face too.
She just kind of looks at Kimaris and she goes, "One more time, and Rooney will eat your heart."
Oh.
One more poke.
She just blinks, and you see like she's taking all of her self-control, and she's like, "You look very handsome today, Kimaris."
Kimaris,
just turns away.
Kimaris, roll a d20 for me.
D20? Alright. Roll a 9.
Roll a
Floats.
9.
Roll a 9. I'm gonna get attacked by a cat.
Rooney,
I promise
Rooney,
magic.
playing around with Remos, jumps off of Remos onto the mage hand, across the table onto Yukimaris, and attacks you for a 22 to hit.
Oh, fuck off.
Oh my.
Death by cat.
Oh shit, fuck cat!
Pretty much, yeah.
She's like, "No, Rooney, don't!" And then she's like, "But yeah, get him."
It is 3 points of slashing damage.
Jesus Christ. Okay.
Is this the first PvP in
Roll
our
the cat.
party?
So Rudy,
Just cat across the room.
no, Rudy pretty much just like jumps onto Remos, jumps onto the mage hand, looks at Elrona, turns around, it just flops up into a ball, and then jumps off, partially teleports through the air, and then just goes on to Kimaris and goes. And then she's gone. By the way, I'm sorry, he's gone. Rooney, it's just one slash. He's out of there.
The fuck is that cat?
I don't know, but I like him.
Sometimes he takes my words literally.
Ah, my fucking nose!
I
Some
wanna
blood
cast
magic.
I'm
Did
gonna
that work?
cast Cure Wounds on him.
Okay.
Aw.
Aw.
Let me see how much. 1d8 plus.
I only have 3 hit points missing. Don't worry. I think the minimum healing will.
Yeah, my
fix it.
modifier is +3, so pretty
So,
much
yeah, I'm
anything
good.
kills you. So I'm not gonna roll.
Yeah.
Right, bloody fuck! I won't poke you in the face then. God, it was a fucking joke. Jeez.
Rooney
I know
like
it was
kind
a
of
joke
trots
too,
back
but Rooney
over.
doesn't take jokes.
Rooney trots back over to Ramos, and you guys can see his fur is like all puffed up, and just look like this giant puff of orange fur with legs is just walking over to Ramos.
Oh,
God.
adorable.
Be careful. Next time he might try to kill you for real.
What is that fucking cat?
He's my Rooney. She kind of picks him up and starts petting him.
Rooney purrs into it and stops being a fluff ball. All right.
Shay would like to walk up behind Odessa and just start playing with her hair, like braiding it and stuff.
Sure.
Oh,
Odessa, if you were speaking, I couldn't hear you.
no, I didn't say.
That's all.
So after about breakfast, Albert, you see some of the kids have been in and out for breakfast. The same kid that was, they're the ones that didn't go with Baron Stone. That is, the ones that have like school or stuff like that. Then, say about just before noon, you guys hear the sounds of. It's like a bunch of carriages led by horses pull in front of the estate, and pretty much all of you remember that this is about when Baron Stone is supposed to return. You see Albert immediately rushing out towards the main foyer, going to greet his father, as it were. What would you guys do?
I am going to stand up when he comes in this time.
Okay.
I'll also stand.
Yeah. I also.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, well, I mean, you guys are not in the dining hall unless you guys want to spend the entire time after breakfast before midday in the dining hall.
Oh,
Oh yeah,
Saying, like, you guys
midday
are
now.
probably in the common area or in the games room, and like you guys. Just
well, I
sit-
mean, I guess we would go to meet him.
okay.
That would make
So,
sense.
so like, are you guys going to the foyer, the lobby?
Yeah.
Yeah, I would
Yeah.
go.
Yeah.
That wasn't a yes or no question. I said, are you guys going to the foyer or the lobby?
Oh.
It was the same thing to me.
Yeah.
The
What?
foyer-
What's the difference? Yeah, I don't get
The
it.
foyer is outside the building, so it's like where the carriages are. The lobby is the first part of the building when you enter. So, are you guys waiting inside or outside the building?
I think inside.
Inside.
Yeah,
Okay.
inside.
I'd say
Yeah.
inside, probably. Yeah.
Yeah, probably inside.
Are you guys ready to the foyer of the building? Yes.
Yes.
I'm
Yes.
like, what?
I've only heard of foyer as being used as like a lobby in a house.
I have no idea what that is. What that was before.
The foyer is a covered area, but it's technically speaking outside of the main walls of the building. All right.
Cool.
Huh.
Yeah. So like in other words, like some people call it veranda, some people call it porch, but
Oh yeah, I know veranda, but no.
yeah. Okay. So as you guys head to the lobby, and you guys see Albert is now ushering his father in. He turns to you. Ah, there you are. All set. Wait. Where's the what is that? As he points towards the wolf, the metal wolf.
His name is Ramos.
Right. That will not be confusing at all. I'm going to Ramos. No, not your wolf. Not your not scary at all metallic wolf. Okay, you know what? Let's. Where's Eric?
Oh, he went out with his bird friend.
So there's a wolf and a bird now.
Big bird.
How big?
I'm as confused as you are.
How big are we talking?
Small dog.
Ooh.
Ooh.
Well, some of my how small of a dog? Because you know there are terriers and then there
Oh,
are Dachshunds.
like a miniature Labrador.
Chimeras.
Mm-hmm.
Odin is size
Like-
small.
Ah. Like a I don't know, a terrier.
No, a terrier is tiny. Odin
No,
is
my
like,
terrier's not.
No, as in D&D, terrier is tiny.
Oh yeah, small,
Yeah,
like a
so
mass. A mastiff's a medium.
Yeah, Master's a medium. Odin is about the size of like a Labrador, actually.
Just a
Oh, wow.
Labrador.
Yeah.
Jeez, that's a fucking big bird.
Yeah.
It is a
That's
big
nice.
bird. It's
That's
a
a big
giant
bird.
raven. It's a giant
I'm
raven.
still not
God.
sure of its intentions exactly.
Can a bird have
Attacked him twice, and then
intentions?
they're best friends.
It-
Yeah.
This
That
one
sound-
certainly can.
That doesn't sound like a very healthy relationship, but and he's out with it now.
Probably killing stuff. Yeah.
So does that mean he's turning down the mission?
No, he said he'd come back. I think he'd probably say yes, but he's playing with his bird friend.
So is he coming back here? Do we have to wait for him?
No, he said he'd catch us up on the road.
Right. Okay, that makes sense. Well, regardless, I hope you have had a very furtive couple days, especially with Albert. Albert, did you learn much? Say Albert kind of like sheepishly. I did learn quite a few things, yes, both from and about them. See, Baron Stone just kind of like turn and eyes all of you.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not sure which of those is better, son, but see to your siblings, ensure that they all disembark safely and all their needs are accounted for. In the meantime, it seems like a lot of you are willing to take on this quest, so I will ask the easier question. Who among you would not like to participate in this quest?
Oh god, you kind of lagged out for me. I don't know if it's my internet or what.
I'll repeat myself. It seems like most of you seem to want to embark on this quest, so I shall ask the easier question. Who among you would not like to participate in this quest? That is unexpected. All of you are eager. Perfection.
Yes, quite so.
I
Well-
have nothing else to do.
Well, and then he pulls out a small pouch and tosses it over to Odessa. Here's the payment that you asked me to hold on to you. Odessa?
She's muted.
Odessa?
Oh, thank you very much. I said sorry.
You guys watch as the pouch just kind of smacks right into Odessa's face as she wasn't paying attention.
Yeah, she is preoccupied. She's like turning the coin over and over in her hands, and her mind is like somewhere else.
Yeah, you see the pouch just boom, and Odessa's like, ah! And catches it. She's like, thank you. Keep your mind sharp, Velshika. You will need it.
Yeah. Yes. Of course.
Well, what supplies you need, grab them from the house if they are available. Horses are available, but they might not survive the journey north. It has gotten significantly colder in the past couple days. Draft horses would be able to survive, but I do not have that many, unless you would mind being in a cart of sorts. I have a cart and 3 draft horses to go with.
Sounds fine. At
Well,
least in my
sure.
department. Yes.
Excellent. And he like calls to one of his servants. Servant like, leans and gives him hushed whispers. He goes, "Your transport will be ready by the evening. If you have any shopping to do, now's the time to do it. If you have anything to settle, now's the time to do it. And the cart will take you directly to where would you like to head first, party?"
Let me look up the fuck was supposed to do again.
Checking notes. Checking
Oh
notes.
god.
What are my notes?
Aren't we supposed to go to
Very
Pronavent?
So he wants you guys to go to Pronoven first, but it is up to you.
And then possibly to Garrison after that, right?
Pronoven first, and then Nativist Garrison was the plan. Yes.
Well, Odysseus gonna look at everyone and says, maybe we can discuss this among the party before we make a decision. What do all of you think? We have 2 leads on this mysterious phenomenon. One at Pronavent and one at the Garrison. Pronavent one is significantly more recent. The Garrison one resulted in a lot more casualties.
Perhaps the more recent one would give us more information?
Also,
agree.
Prominent is closer, isn't it?
Me and Eric have already been there.
So, Pronavent is closer. That being said, the journey to Pronavent is tougher than the journey to the garrison, because the journey to Pronavent has to take you to the Manifold Pass, which at this time, because this is like the turning point of winter, this is the right now where you guys are, this is the coldest of winter, and the Manifold Pass is dangerous, to say the least, both because of environmental and because of creatures there. The journey to the
Can
garrison.
we not go by boat?
It is possible to go by boat, however, you would pay a lot of money because the northern part of the Sea of Crowns now is a lot of ice. It turns to ice during the winter. So, it is, in theory,
Is this guy hella rich?
no, in theory it's possible, but there's also the chance that you could go halfway and then there's just no way forward. But you wouldn't know
Okay,
until you
I
get
see.
there.
Thanks.
Yeah. So, you guys could go to Nativis Garrison. However, that is a much longer journey. It is safer though, but it is a much longer journey.
She has a good point.
And I
Well, me and Eric have been to Pronavent, but let me just tell you, on our way there, first we have been attacked by little trees, and then, well, we have found, the Isaac just being weird.
Well, I'd hope we as a group would be able to deal with some aggressive trees.
Yeah, we are strong.
The way you said it makes me sound me really dumb, you know that?
I that was not my intention. I apologize.
I wasn't gonna say anything, but it really does. No offense, but trees.
You wouldn't say that if you were in my place. Eric almost died because of them.
Well,
Trees.
we might
Yes,
very well
trees.
that place.
All right. She holds her hands up to everybody, like, calm down. I do believe we could handle it.
I mean, if it's a bunch of trees, then we should be fine.
Maybe we can just burn the forest down.
It's always a possibility.
Oh my god.
Yeah, but like spikes shooting trees. Imagine that.
Sounds like quite the adventure. Can't wait to go.
I don't want to sound like a broken, crier, but trees.
They at least seem
You know what?
really interesting.
I will
Maybe they
not say
have
no.
magical properties.
Okay. I mean, Providence is closer, and it's more recent. It makes at least sense. I think we can handle a bit of cold and some trees.
Shall we put it to a vote? Everyone in favor of Pronavent first?
Aye.
Aye.
Sure.
Right?
I guess.
Alright, looks like it's unanimous, other than Erica, who I'm not sure how he'll know where we've gone, but I'm
Make
sure
an
as a ranger
intelligence
he'll
check.
be able to track us. Oh god.
It looks like he likes trees, to be honest.
Probably
He likes
hug a
them-
tree instead.
He likes him like he likes that crow.
Nat 20, fuck you.
Maybe he should fuck them for us if they're
Yeah.
aggressive.
As far as you know, the last known plan that Erica knew was that you guys were going to head to Pronavent. So it makes sense that he would go along that route. Furthermore, Erica does now have a bird that could simply just fly up and be like, hey, where's everybody?
Oh yeah, but like if we went
That's
in
far
a
out,
totally
though.
weird direction,
Yeah.
the bird wouldn't be able to find it.
Yeah.
It's fine.
Like foot compared to cart is a big difference.
Yeah. Well, Erica does move fairly fast through a forest. Should be fine.
He is a tracker, so I guess fine. Yeah, so I guess we'll tell this to Baronstone. The plan.
Okay, great. I will make the arrangements. Your cart will head to Pronavent tonight. with the snow, it will be about. It will be difficult moving through the Manifold Pass, but I'm sure you can make it. It will take approximately twice the time it normally takes to head through there. Still, it would be a faster trip than heading to Natervis. Yes, wait for Vincent to come and knock on your door.
Understood.
Right.
So, Patsy, what would you guys like to do? You guys have until the, evening to yourselves.
Mm-hmm.
I think I will go to like the training hall and just train, I guess.
Training? Okay.
Yeah,
so-
Odessa will be training too, and if she sees you there, she's gonna ask you more about the trees.
I was gonna say, Kumar, I was gonna ask if there like disposable targets in the training hall.
Oh gosh. Don't set the training
Is
hall
it-
on fire, please.
That's why I'm asking. Is it like
there are
disposable
some
ones?
disposable targets.
Ah, cool. Then Kamar's is going testing out some of his new magics.
Me.
Training hall
Arona
too.
wants to do some shopping later.
Okay, sure. We'll start with the shopping because you probably set out soon in order to make it back in time. So, Aurora, what are you looking for?
So she just kind of walks into town and she's basically looking for musical instruments only, for like pretty ones, good ones.
Mm-hmm.
She's specifically looking for a lute or a lyre.
Specifically looking for a lute or a lyre. Okay, so go ahead and make a investigation check for me.
Well, that's a 21.
Okay. You do find indeed a shop that sells various generic musical instruments. They do have lutes and lyres on sale for like specific prices, standardized prices. Lutes are about 35 gold pieces and lyres are about 30.
They're so expensive, what the fuck?
Musical instruments, man, take a bit to build.
Okay, she's like, nah, this is trash, and she just walks out. And I guess next she would just look for like a really, really nice coat because she wants to be kind of presentable now. Now that she wants to like talk to people.
Okay. A nice fancy clothes are 5 gold.
Okay, she buys like a really fancy, nice coat for 5 gold.
Okay.
Yeah, could I have gone with to buy like a heavier gray coat as well?
Heavier
Not super
gray
fancy,
coat.
but
Sure. That would be about 3 gold if you want like a cold clothes, right? Cold weather clothes.
yeah.
Yeah, that's about 3 gold.
Alright.
Cool. Would Shay know that there's some kind of like herbalist shop in the town?
Herbalist shop. Make an investigation check.
Okay. Investigation. Oh, okay. +0. Let's see. Okay, 16.
Okay. It takes you a while, but you do find an apothecary. What would you like from this
Awesome.
apothecary?
She'd like to try to find some healing herbs, something that would maybe clot bleeding, maybe cure poisons, that kind of like healing stuff.
Right. Specifically like healing potions or just herbs to use to create healing items?
I guess potions would be just as good, if not
Potions are pricey. Not very much, because you know there are dynamic menders in this world. A potion is about like a small, a standard health potion is about 25 gold.
better. Oof. Okay. Yeah, that's not gonna work. Damn. Okay.
If you
well,
want
what
herbs
about-
to make your own potions, like a set, a herbalist kit, right? A herbalism kit which will last you effectively forever will be.
Oh well, I already have a herbalism kit.
Oh, then you don't need anything else really.
Oh, I just
The
thought last time when
ingredients?
I went out in the wilderness to try to find herbs that would help, and there was none. So I didn't know if
that
I-
was that specific
them or not.
area. That was so with your herbalism kit, what you have is that you have enough to make simple items, You can't make a health potion, but you could make like a tincture or like a salve, like a healing salve that will accelerate healing. So like you'll heal a bit more over a short rest or a bit more over a long rest, that kind of stuff, right? If you want to make a healing potion, then you need specific ingredients. So is that what you're looking for?
Sure, yeah.
Okay, so what kind of ingredients would you like flavor it?
Flavor it, literally.
Flavor it.
Are you just asking the person like what's good to put into like a healing potion?
Yeah, sure.
Okay, so
I'll ask
this older human lady kind of turns to you. Okay, well, it depends on the potency of the alchemical creation that you are wishing to achieve. If it is simply for a salve to accelerate natural healing, then perhaps this ginger root, that specifically red ginger from the Dragonwell Valley, this is quite potent in allowing someone to heal injuries naturally over, say, an hour or two. Furthermore, I also have this saber-toothed tiger. There's a Smilodon extract directly from their fangs. Now, I don't have the fangs themselves, but if you did indeed have the fangs, they have a very powerful toxin in them. However, this toxin, when cured, does indeed have the properties of a healing potion. This here is a concentrated extract of whatever is left behind after that process, and this will also allow a smooth healing over a much longer period of time, but it will allow one to wake up in the morning with a bit more vigor in their step. That being said, of course, these must be brewed into tinctures or ointments or salves, what have you. They are not consumable in their raw form. Over here, if you wish to create a healing potion, I do have one single saber-toothed tiger fang that is alone 17 gold. However, with that and with some time, you can certainly create a standard potion of healing, as we do here. However, we are fairly low on potions. I believe we only have the 2 in stock. 25 gold apiece for that. Finally, this is quite an interesting one. Mandragora root. Now, this is an interesting item. It will heal you far more potently than a healing potion. However, it causes some short-term paralysis in the meantime. This one is about 20 gold. So she puts on the 4 items. So you've got the Mandragora root, you've got the saber-tooth fang, you have the saber-tooth fang extract, and then you have the red ginger.
Shay will nod at the woman and just say, "Well, thank you kindly, ma'am. Your information is quite useful. If perhaps I were to come across any of these items in my travel, would you have any value for them?"
Actually, yes. I always post quests to the tavern hall. However, if you were to come across them while undertaking other quests, if you bring them directly to me, I could certainly give you some coin. Perhaps not as much as I would give you if you were to undertake a quest specifically, but I would give you some for your trouble, definitely.
All right. Well, you've been most helpful. I really appreciate all the information. I will consider
Thank
this,
you,
and I
dear.
will try to find even more ingredients for you.
Thank you, dear. It's most appreciated. Are you sure you don't want any of these?
Unfortunately, I'm not very wealthy. She'll just turn her head out.
Well, before you leave, you haven't even asked how much the ginger and the tooth extract are. Those are fairly cheap.
No, I think it's quite alright. I will try to discover.
It's a gold for the tooth extract and 5 silver for the ginger. Are you sure you don't have that much?
Yeah, she'll turn back around. Say, well,
She's got her best customer service smile on.
Yeah, it couldn't hurt to perhaps even experiment with them a little bit. Sure, I'll take some red ginger.
How many portions would you like? It's 5 silver for a portion, which will give you 3 salves if you do it right.
3, please.
Very well. And then she kind of like puts 3 of these like large, probably about 6-inch long chunks of ginger into like this folded piece of cotton cloth, ties it up nicely into a bundle, hands it over to you. That would be 15 gold. Sorry, 15 silver. My mistake.
Here you are. Thank you very much, ma'am.
Thank you, my dear. I hope you find good use for that. So, out of game, the ginger, if you spend 1 hour preparing it, each stick of ginger takes 1 hour to prepare, and will give you 3 salves. Each salve over a short rest will allow a player character to heal an additional 2d10 if they're already rolling hit die.
Jeez.
So it makes your short rest more potent.
Awesome.
But it requires, basically what it does is that it requires 2 hours to roll, because it's 1 hour to prepare and then 1 hour for the short rest.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Can you prepare it in advance?
It doesn't last if you prepare in advance. You have to do it like on the
How
spot.
long does it last?
Oh, no.
On the spot.
You have to do it like on the spot and then you apply it to wounds kind of thing. Like it's a medicine that you
Gotcha.
create with your herbalism kit, like with some alcohols and stuff, and then it forms into this like foamy substance that you then immediately apply.
So basically, it's like taking a 2-hour short rest.
Pretty much, yeah.
Yeah.
But it might still be useful on low levels.
Even at high
Yeah,
levels,
for sure.
actually.
If we have time.
2d10 is pretty decent, even at high levels.
Awesome.
Also,
There's
with-
one more thing I want to buy.
Yes.
Aaron, I would just try to look for a disguise kit to kind of like buy some cosmetics, some hair dye to put it together.
Okay. I don't remember how much a disguise kit is off the top of my head. Let me look that up.
It's on D&D Beyond, it's 25 GP.
So I mentioned on the chat that there's one thing I wanted to buy, and I am 5 silver away from it.
Wait, you what? Sorry?
Like, I need 5 silver.
Oh.
You
You can try and negotiate a discount.
Yeah,
Or
but
I'm
yeah,
sure
just
if
like
you
that.
just
What are you trying to buy, Navid?
Forgery kit.
Forgery kit. Yeah, no, you're not gonna get a discount on that.
Yeah.
I can tell you straight up. All right. You want? Yeah, it's 25 gold for your disguise kit, Elrona.
Okay, I'll take it.
Did you already spend the 5 plat we got?
What?
We got
Wait,
5
what?
plat for the thing, right?
Wait, really?
Yeah.
Agatha,
you
are
did.
you sure you don't have 5 silver instead of 5 blood?
Huh.
Wait, Benny, we got 5 plat from Baronstone, right?
Yep.
Yeah, 5 blood.
Yeah. Did you
Oh,
already
yeah,
spend
maybe-
it, or did you not add
No.
it?
I'm just brain dead. I'm just...
Okay.
Right.
Well, I guess you can get it.
Nice.
Okay.
You just left it like in your room somewhere. I forgot.
I totally forgot about it.
But first, more importantly, Navid, make an intelligence check.
Alright.
Yeah. Can you? Is it even in stock?
That's not bad. 16.
Forgery kits technically illegal. That being said, if you know where to look, you could find one.
Maybe if someone has a background,
Yeah, I mean, also
that would be
you could-
useful.
You could maybe buy the stuff in the forgery kit separately because it doesn't
could do
sound
that as
like
well.
illegal.
You
When
could
you buy it.
definitely buy the stuff in the forgery kit separately, but obviously if you buy it all at one place, the person is gonna like look at you weird.
Yeah.
Yeah, actually, I think I will try to look for more shady businesses.
Okay. Where
should
are
buy
you
one.
going?
I don't know, I'm just like looking around for like a, place that... Sorry, I'm not thinking straight today.
No
Well,
worries.
actually, Benny, I don't want to like argue with you or anything, but are you sure the forgery kit would be that big of a deal? Because like the stuff
It is
in it just
specifically
stuff for writing letters.
no specifically forgery kits here, right? In order to make a forgery of like a official document, you need things like wax seals, and you would need what is known as a seal mold that you can then very easily adjust to form into any seal that you want. That specific item is what is illegal.
Oh, okay, I see.
Yeah.
So yeah, I would try to look for some more shady like vendors or something like that.
Make a both a investigation and an insight check. So make an investigation check to look for shops, and make an insight check to see how seedy each one is.
Okay. Investigation is a 19.
19, okay, insight.
19, and I'm pretty sure I'm going to fail the other one, but yeah, because that's not one.
Nat 1.
Oh god.
Yeah, I called it. I called it.
And you see this this shop that from the outside looks fairly simple. It's just got this black wrought iron edges around like glass panels and gold writing on the front. You look inside and it seems almost completely empty. It seems very small. And you see just a single black counter and just one lady sitting behind it. This half-elven lady in black clothes, and you're like, there's like nothing describing this place. This is it. This is where I need to go.
Alright, so I enter.
Who's ready to break someone out of prison?
No, it's
just like,
definitely a shop. Definitely a storefront, or at least like a place of business. Definitely a place of business.
So I'm just like entering and hello.
Hi.
Is
Are you here
this place
alone?
open?
We are open.
Huh?
Yes.
Yeah, I kind of got a bit lost. I
well,
didn't notice, any like signs for your shop or
we
anything.
like to keep things discreet here. For the sake of our clientele. You came in alone. That is yeah, well, everybody is different. How can I help you today?
Yeah, I was just like curious about this place.
We offer
What?
many services, some goods. What are you looking for?
Well, I do look for, mostly some, calligraphy supplies, something like that. Some wax seal.
You wish, she kind of looks very confused for a second, looks like underneath a table, like flipping like something.
If you don't have it, of course, then I...
Well, of course, as you can understand discretion, we work with code names here. Are you looking for Painter's Paradise?
Would I know what that means?
No.
Listen, kindly, I am not familiar with the thing, so maybe you could explain to me. We are all friends here, right? And I'm casting strong person.
Well, you try to bring up the magic.
Correct.
You try to bring up the magic to cast charm person, but then as you look at your hand, you
But that's
realize
a
that
racial ability.
your magic isn't working.
Even if it's a racial ability?
It's still magic. It's still a spell.
Shit.
And you're kind of confused. She looks kind of confused, and she's like, "I'm sorry. Do you not know what this is?"
Well, like I said, I'm not familiar with
Come closer.
underground sense.
You can see her. She's like flushed right now, and she's like trying not to laugh, and she motions for you to come closer.
I very carefully approach.
She like leans in to whisper to you, and she goes, "Sir, this is a love hotel."
Oh.
Like,
Oh, this took a turn.
why fuck do you not have any signs?
We want to be discreet for the sake of our customers. This is an invite. Nobody walks in here unless they know what it is.
Who cares about that?
Spend your money there.
Well, you came in alone, and I assumed you just wanted to have some peace and quiet. And then you mentioned painter supplies and calligraphy, and I'm like, well, we do have a place called Painter's Paradise. It's a room where things get exceptionally
How the
messy.
hell people are supposed to find a place like this when they are looking for it if you don't have any signs?
We have our own advertising methods. It's very discreet for the sake of our clientele. Now, if you are not going to be doing business with us, I would ask you to leave. Do you want to do business with us?
I very kindly do that.
Are you sure you don't want to do business with us?
I'm just leaving and slamming the door behind me.
Wait, I just missed. What kind of shop did you walk into?
I love stuff.
Love it.
Gosh.
That's why the person was very confused when she walked in, like, alone, and he's like,
Just trying to do some self-loving. It's fine.
Yeah, you can't judge the profession.
so calligrapher supplies. She's like,
I'm just saying I'm throwing this die that throw me a lot one into jail.
Alright then. Once you guys are done with your shopping, anybody else want to?
Can I just
Yeah.
buy one more thing? Yeah.
What do you need?
If Navid's going shopping first, and I'm also I'm buying some winter appropriate clothes because I don't have any.
5 gold.
Yeah, I would buy that as
Alright.
well. Get some nice clothes. Just so we
from-
don't freeze to death.
Down south.
Down south.
I'm gonna buy
Yeah,
five
that's
arrows.
What the down
Look
south.
for once as well, but just now be very careful whether I see sign shops or...
To be fair, it seems like it's a very high-end establishment. Now that you look at it from the outside, like you see the aesthetic, right? The wrought iron, the glass, the black and the gold. You see, like, it seems like this is an establishment that's meant for like the higher social class, which makes sense that they'd be very discreet.
Yeah, I just go, fuck my life, and I'm going to look for winter clothes.
Okay. Anybody who goes to look for winter clothes, it's 5 gold per person.
Jay was saying
Oh.
something.
Yeah, Jay, what were you saying?
Yeah, I'll buy 2 things of arrows, so like 40 arrows.
Okay, sure. You know the price of those?
1 gold piece, I believe.
Yep.
Yeah, 1 gold piece.
Something like that.
And I'll just put them in my bag.
Cool.
Alright then. So besides the shopping, I believe Kimaris wanted to do something else, right? Or somebody else?
Just want to test out his magic and then have a we chat with people.
Okay, who's at the training area?
Yeah, after I shop, I'll go
Tomorrow.
there. If Navid goes
Yeah.
there, I'll talk to him.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, I guess
After shopping, I go there.
Okay.
Yeah.
Alright, whoever's at the training area, you guys see slowly as everybody comes in, Kimara seems to be stretching, preparing. As Navid walks in, you guys see Navid seems flushed as a pink tiefling can be.
You alright?
Don't.
Alright.
So, Kimaris, what are you doing?
I'm just gonna be like practicing casting some firebolts at these targets.
Firebolts.
Try and cast chromatic orb, but realize I don't have the stuff to cast it yet. Get frustrated and then continue casting firebolt.
Fair enough. Odessa?
I'm gonna see which they're like training dummies and stuff, right? I assume Navid's using one.
There are a lot of training dummies. Kimaris is using one. Navid is now beating the hell out of one in frustration. So what are Shay and Odessa doing? And is Rika there, by the way?
Yeah, sure.
And Elrona?
Yep, Alana is just watching.
Okay, Elrona is watching. Rooney is watching as well. Rooney is on top of Ramos at this point. It appears
Learning about
Navid's.
it appears that Rooney has claimed Ramos as his mount.
Aww.
Oh, so there is someone he doesn't
It's
hate.
like a cat sitting on top of a Roomba.
Yeah, pretty much. It's a cat sitting on top of a robot. That's exactly what
Don't
it
call
is.
Ramos a Roomba.
I am your mind.
Rainbows is now a Roomba.
Oh gosh.
Oh no, that's gonna stick, isn't it?
No.
Fuck yeah, it is.
Poor Jay.
My boy.
Your boy.
Oh boy.
All right.
All right.
This is
Shay's
gonna look at Shay and be like, unfortunately, I don't think I can be much good to you as a sparring partner. Looking at her
And what
bow.
do you mean? Oh no, I was just gonna say she pulls out her dual short swords and she's gonna practice with those.
Oh. Then yeah. Sure.
She's not as good with the swords, so she's gonna try to improve that.
Should we go a few rounds?
Sure. Is there like wooden ones
There
that we
are
can
lots
spar
of
with?
wooden
Okay.
swords, yes.
Okay, cool.
Alright.
So you guys find your stash of wooden swords. You're practicing. Kimaris is like, wait, magic. It's like,
Magic man.
he
I'm
just,
magic man.
He lifts up one of his legs and shoots a firebolt from under it.
I love imagining like how like graceful Shay and Odessa would be like dancing across the battlefield with their swords, and he's just like magic, like, in the
Magic.
background.
Navid's just like taking out his frustration on a dummy.
All right. So
we have all kinds in this party.
what is Elrona doing?
Well, Avrona is just kind of watching, but I guess at this point she kind of walks up to Chimaris very carefully. She goes, "So,
Magic.
It's
Oh,
quite exciting, isn't it?
yeah.
What kind of spells can you do?"
Well, there's the fire one. Make fire shoot from my fingers.
"Oh, I like
Magic.
the fire one.
Yeah.
It's classic."
I got magic hand. Makes the magic hand. I can be other people, and
Oh, that's interesting.
and I can. There's another one where it's like bigger, better magic, but I need a shiny thing.
Oh, okay, I
Yeah.
see.
Like I need like a rock, like a shiny rock.
I can insult people and make them die from it.
That genuinely interests me. I thought you were like, oh, I can make people fall in love with me. Ooh, I can sing magical songs. Ooh, I can scream at someone and make them die. That's fucking awesome.
Yeah, when I see a monster and I tell it it's
mhm.
very ugly a few times, it just rolls over and dies. And then Rooney
You-
eats its heart.
Huh? Does Rooney have a consistent diet of a hearts?
No, I'm kidding. It's a joke. Rooney actually doesn't eat any hearts. For
Yet.
Rooney
Yes.
just yells in
Cat.
You're not sure whether he's agreeing or disagreeing.
Oh, I know what you might like, Chimaris. I can actually turn invisible now.
Oh, that's nifty. I could
Yeah,
become you.
it is.
Well, that'd be interesting.
Well, I'll leave you to your practice, but it's
Yeah.
nice to see that you're enjoying your new magic.
Oh, it's bloody amazing. Usually when I do magic, I just stab myself. And while it is, cool to do magic, it's like, the scars and the bleeding. It's not very hygienic. It's not
Yes,
very
it's
fun,
a little
you know?
edgy. It's more
It's a
than
bit
me.
edgy. Like one of my brothers, he's like all about it. He's like, oh, blood. And he's a bit of a nut. But it's not a lot of fun. Yeah.
At this
Yeah,
point,
I see.
Kimaris, you think about it and you're like, wait, what if I tried casting magic by stabbing myself?
Wait a tick. Wait a hot down, tickle it down second. Stab myself. I'm gonna do amplified.
You're gonna do it
Curse.
amplified?
Yep.
Okay, sure.
I'm doing Sky self.
Roll 3d4.
Yeah.
Oh no.
Blood magic.
And what spell are you casting?
I'm disguise self. I'm gonna make myself look like
Okay.
Eleanor.
Okay.
Oh, Rhoda!
Yeah, sorry, Arona. I'm sorry. Yeah. So that's for 6 points.
Sorry,
of damage.
guys, I was
Okay,
away.
6
What's
points of
going
damage.
on?
Okay, so Kimaris,
He's stabbing himself.
Kimaris
Same old.
just
Stab
realized that he can stab himself and do magic more powerfully. So you guys watch as Kimaris just takes his arms and he's like, wait a second. And then he
Wait
puts
a
his
second.
claws on his arms and just rips in, and you guys see as the blood starts leaking, but then the blood almost levitates for a moment, and he goes like "Haktakara Sakrubara," and you see the blood just covers entire body, and he just sheathed in blood as it shimmers for a moment, and then whoop, standing in front of you is Aurora.
Ha!
Wow,
Cool.
if you're sad, you can just talk to me. You don't have to do all of this edgy shit.
I mean,
Wow.
if I had it my way, I wouldn't have to cut myself to do cool shit. But that's just the way my dad, rolled the dice and gave me fucking powers.
Hmm,
So,
this is weird. I
Oh,
think you're
it's
really
fucking
sad.
weird.
And she just casts calm emotions on him.
I mean,
Just to
I'm
be
not.
sure.
Yeah.
Oh,
Well, he's not
that's
sad now. He's
what I
just
say.
very chill. All right. It's cool.
Just to fail it.
No, I'm gonna choose to fail it. I'm just gonna be chill. Alright. So then, just as Arona, I'm gonna be just like pulling out my fucking greatsword and begin smacking shit now.
Okay, so we've got one Aurora just really chill, another Aurora with a great sword, also really chill but smacking a target dummy. How is the spar between Shinari and Odessa going?
I don't know. You tell me. Oh,
Yeah, what should we roll?
Both of you. So what weapons are you using?
I'm using short swords.
So
oh,
wooden short swords.
do we have to choose from the wooden ones?
Yeah, yeah. I mean, they're wooden versions of almost every weapon. So
I'll be practicing with my mace. I
okay,
don't know
so
if that's
wooden
possible.
wooden mace versus double wooden short swords. Odessa, I want you to make a strength check at advantage. Shinari, dex check at advantage.
Okay.
Oh, that's bad. Oh, that's really bad.
I got a
8.
dirty 20.
Jeez.
Yeah, I'm really distracted from the freaking coin shit.
Yeah. Shay, you
I'm
notice
just like
that
not
in
here.
the beginning, right? Odessa seems fairly on point. You hit and you parry, and then Odessa goes mace, shield, and you guys go through this dance where it's like pop, 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 and like for a good maybe 30 seconds, right? There's no contact except for wood on wood or wood on steel in the case of the shield, right? And you're like, okay, this is good. This is a good spar. And then every now and then you see Odessa's eyes kind of glaze over and look away. You see trouble, and then suddenly wood on forehead as Odessa takes a hit. Okay.
I think Shay kind of like jumps back in surprise, and it's just like, are you alright?
Oh no, I'm alright. Sorry about
You
that.
seem 1,000 miles away.
I'm just not a very good sparring partner today. There's something on my mind. Look, why don't we call Navid over to give you a better practice? And she kind of calls out to Navid, hey,
What?
What?
sorry to interrupt you. Would you care for some sparring?
Pretty much anything is good now. Just like, just going to the wooden weapon center. Wait, how are we fighting again?
How are we fighting? Kind of looks at Shay. Would you like to?
Shinari.
What happened? I sorry, she cut off for me. What did you say, Hobo?
Well, Hobo's.
I'm trying to set you up
was-
with Navid to fight because that's the thing that she's just not like
Yeah,
in
and
top form.
Navid asked, "How are you fighting?"
Oh, sure, yeah. She'll say, yes, absolutely. I'd be down to spar with anybody. I've got my swords here, and she just holds them up.
Wooden
Right.
swords, right?
So
Yeah, wooden swords.
Not real ones.
so are we doing like same weapons or like different ones? I'm
No, whichever you care to improve on.
right. Are there any like wooden greatswords?
on.
There is indeed a wooden greatsword.
Yeah, I'm taking that one.
Okay.
So you see, Navid just kind of walks over to the wooden weapon rack, kind of just like half-heartedly drops his sword and picks up the largest wooden sword. He goes like, "Okay, let's go." Oh shit, my headphones.
Navid sliced him.
Yeah, Odessa just goes over to the side, kind of like sits down, taking a breather. She's got like her head in her hands. Get it together.
Okay, so I want Navid roll a strength check at advantage. Shinari roll a dex check at advantage.
Okay. Don't slice me.
This one's got
Oh,
The
that was really
wooden
bad.
sword, they're just gonna crush
wow.
you.
Yeah.
Fucking hell. 13.
13.
I got an 8.
You got an 8. Okay, this time it's a lot more even, right? It starts off and Shay is like, you're kind of like seeing like, how do you approach this? There's this massive like wooden block in front of you, and then Navid makes the first strike, a big overhand swing, double-handed, right? And then Shay, use your dual swords to deflect off to the side, and then you step forward, try to lunge with one. But then Navid brings up the crossguard and just blocks it right out of the way, and then does like a body shove with the body of the greatsword pushing you back. And then this kind of like back and forth goes back and forth with like Navid making a big large sweep, Shay just stepping out of the way, trying to make a quick fast sweep, but Navid being strong enough to actually maneuver the greatsword's weight to like block. And then finally at one point Navid swings the greatsword almost at like eye level, and then Shay, again, you're like, okay, now this is when I duck. But then just before you duck, you see Navid switch the grip on the greatsword and push it downwards and just completely hit you right in the knee as you buckle and fall to the ground. Before you get up, you see the tip of the greatsword pointing directly at you, and you see Navid just like releasing all the frustration that he's had for like the past day, like
Shay looks up and she smiles and she wipes the sweat off her brow, and it's like, well, Matt, you are extremely deft for using a huge sword.
Yeah, you get used to it for after a while.
I didn't realize you were so strong. And she stands up, just smiling.
Well,
So what are the two Odessas doing at this point? Sorry, what are the two Elronas
Elronas?
doing?
Wow,
this
nobody
point?
can remember Elrona's name.
Real and better
I believe this is
Elrona.
partly my fault. Sorry.
I will just write down every time someone mispronounces someone's name. I was just,
It's not that hard, you guys. It's not that hard.
It's not. It's not.
It's not.
Right.
We're just
So the
assholes.
real better Elrona walks up to Odessa and she just kind of sits down next to her and she's like, "Hey, Odessa. Pretty good
Hello.
sparring, right?" I mean, Navid
Not
and
so much for me. Oh yeah, yes, it's fun great to watch.
yeah, I know that
you-
something troubles you. We're not really super close, but I just wanted to ask if you're okay because you seem kind of down. Do you want to pet Rooney? That always helps me.
Uh-oh.
Oh, will he be okay with that?
Maybe he'll eat your heart.
I like to keep my heart.
No, I'm kidding. He doesn't eat hearts. Okay,
Oh.
take him. She kind of like hand to
Very-
Rooney.
Yeah, so you
Very-
pick up Rooney off of Ramos, and Riker, you watch as the orange piece of fluff is removed from your metal contraption, and now you see like stray cat hairs just sticking out of like random spots where the armor plating meets.
Oh no!
Oh
Can't
no,
clean him.
that's gonna be a mess.
God.
Tina.
Poor
That
Ramos.
bothers me as a person.
I live with a cat. It's like no
I
one's
hate
like,
cats. No offense, I'm allergic to cats. They're big as assholes.
Kimaris takes 2 points of psychic damage. I'm kidding.
Oh, come on! It's a biology standpoint. I just can't stand them.
Heathen, absolute heathen. All right, anyway.
He's allergic.
Come on,
That's his fault.
Odessa,
Pet shaming.
make a animal handling check.
I'm ready to die. Oh my gosh! Shut the fuck up, birds! No, I'm not ready to die.
The crows are coming.
That's 11.
11? Really kind of like acts kind of a bit like Fedora, where like he's meowing at you in protest but lets you pet him anyway, and then like looks up
Aw.
at you, and after a while gets overstimulated and like just swats at you but doesn't like harm you or anything.
Okay, but this is gonna kind of look at Elrona and says, "Have you ever been given a sign, but you don't know what it means?"
I don't know if I've ever been in that sort of situation. Are you experiencing that currently?
Well, yes. This
Well,
coin that
maybe
I
you don't
have.
need to decipher this sign right now. Maybe it will take some time.
Didn't think about that. That's actually really good advice. Well, how are you feeling? We missed you at dinner yesterday, and you seemed like you were absorbed in something.
I'm feeling better. I've read up on the art of talking to people and making them feel different ways. And I think I like where that's going, so I think I'm gonna focus on that more.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah, I learned some magic to help people become more relaxed. If you ever want to do it, just ask me.
Oh, well, I might be able to use that a bit right now, but is
Oh,
that
do
what you
want me
did
to
to
cast it on you? That's okay.
She kind of looks at the other Alrona that's smacking the dummy.
With a very blank, like chill expression on the face. This other Elrond is holding a great sword, like boom.
Like kind of like looks at
Is
you
that-
when
is
you
that
look
what-
at them, and like
what you
waves.
do?
Yeah. So I'll explain it to
Oh,
you. It kind of just calms everything down. You know, you kind of chill for a second.
Oh, well. This like kind of thinks about it for a while and says, "Well, sounds nice, but I think I will have to pass. I can't allow anything to influence my clarity of mind and judgment."
Okay, I
Unfortunately.
understand. Okay.
So, do you do
Well,
any
it was
sparring
nice-
yourself?
Oh no, everyone would beat my ass, and I don't like that.
I thought it would be the other way around, but sure.
Well,
mean, with
if they were
spells.
sparring with Rooney, they would obviously lose the fight and potentially even their life.
Oh yes, I would not like to spar with.
Oh, no one would.
She's-
Trust me. He's a cold-blooded killer.
Shay would like to.
She's just like petting me with an increasingly panicked look on her face,
Oh
like
no.
making sure to pet him like properly.
Shay, what are you saying?
Oh, I was just gonna say she wants to run out and get cups of water for everybody if she
Sure.
can.
Yeah.
So
easy enough.
she's just
Aw,
as she
man.
comes back in, she's like awkwardly like hugging like 6 cups of water, like spilling it everywhere.
You
And
see-
she like brings
You
it.
see one of the servants.
Those women
immediately
could
go
have
up to you.
asked for help.
Yeah, one of the servants immediately comes up to you. Madam Shinari, this is certainly. Here, let me. And it like takes 3 of the cups from you.
Oh, so kind of you. I had it.
It is quite literally my job. But
Oh well, I mean no disrespect. My
no, it's
apologies.
fine. Just ask for assistance. You know, don't. It would be a shame to see any of this glassware broken.
That's fair. That's fair. And she'll hand
Can-
like water to everybody.
As
Cool.
as she's like giving it to people, can Arona just quickly use prestidigitation to make it taste like wine? Like a
Oh
good
no!
wine?
It is prestidigitation. We've been over this.
Oh, stop.
We know what
It
you
is
mean.
complicated.
Yeah,
We
know
get
Yeah.
prestidigitation.
Ah,
I don't like it. All right, sorry. It doesn't taste exactly like wine, but it tastes close because I mean, like your mind and your tongue kind of disconnect for a second. You're like, what the?
Yeah, this way, if it tastes like wine, is just gonna take like one sip and spit it out immediately. You kind of look at it confused.
Tastes
Arona
like
kinda
wine.
tastes it, and she's
Kim-
like,
Kimaris
"Oh,
has
no,
3
I
glasses.
messed up. I'm sorry, guys. I wanted to pull. I wanted to pull a Jesus on you.
Never just kind of looks
Oh,
at
it
it.
didn't work.
Did you actually
Who is
turn
this
water into
Jesus?
wine? I thought.
And why does he spoil? Yeah, who is this Jesus? And why does he spoil perfectly good water?
Give it a few thousand years.
Wait, so this is
Well,
not
it's
actually
not-
wine?
It's still water. It's still water.
Yeah.
It just
Oh.
tastes like wine.
Shay, as soon as she tastes it, she's like, "Oh my gosh!"
And it doesn't taste like a good wine. I'm gonna have to admit that. Sorry, everyone.
I'm so
Oh no,
sorry.
this is
Never just kinda-
interesting.
Never just kind of looks at his glass and I've drank worse and just keeps drinking.
I'll take it. You don't mind.
Oh, this is like sipping it really tentatively. She's like, I haven't had wine in
Rona is kinda embarrassed.
years. Interesting.
Oh, maybe.
Why have you chose to not drink wine?
Oh no, like I told Aruna before, I have to keep my judgments. Make sure that I don't consume anything that impairs my judgment.
But this is water that tastes like wine, but doesn't have the mind clouding effects.
It's
I guess
fascinating.
it's nice.
You can make a business
So
out of this.
Oh no, please, that would be I don't want to cast spells all day. That would be just exhausting.
Yeah, I knew a guy like that made magic wine back where I came from. Zenny was not too happy. Let's just say someone found his head in a stick the next couple days over.
Oh,
By the way, it's magic wine, but it doesn't actually make you have high. It just like tastes like wine.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's just
that's
flavoring.
I wouldn't drink it. Yeah. While we're gathered here, I'm gonna ask Navid. Actually, Navid, there was one thing I wanted to ask you about. That's if it's time. The trees you were talking about. Could you
Oh god.
tell us a bit more about them? Well, not if you all want to, of course.
Before you continue at about this time, you see Albert suddenly run into the room. There you are. You haven't left yet. Good. Father sent word. The expedition cannot take place tonight. The Manifold Pass seems to have undergone a avalanche. It is currently being cleared. It is quite close to where we are.
Oh dear.
It is
Oh
being
my.
cleared by the Mesa City Council. Heading out tomorrow at the morning seems to be the best bet.
well, we're still here and we're still available. Is there anything we can do to aid in this?
It's too far away. By the time we get there, there'll be not much for us to do. My father urges for you to stay one more night, rest, and leave first thing in the morning.
All right.
Understood.
All right.
Fair enough.
And he like slowly makes us leave and like walks away.
Well,
Where does
as
he
I was
go? I
asking-
guess Shay kind of like peeks her head out. Like like she wants to know like what does he do in his free time?
He goes out the door and you immediately see there's a bunch of the other kids outside the door that all seem to be inspecting you because they didn't have the chance over the last couple of days. And then he like starts ushering them away and like gets them up the stairs.
Aw.
But yeah, he goes up the stairs unless you want to keep following him, you know.
No,
Maybe we
it's
should shadow him.
The turntables.
How
would
the-
be
How the
quite interesting.
turntables.
fine.
Are you following him, Shinari?
Maya wants to, but I don't think Shay would.
Stalker.
So you're just looking
Yeah,
at him through the
exactly.
door. Right. So after he like
Yeah.
ushers the other kids away and makes sure that they're gone, he just kind of like looks back at the room again, looks forward, makes sure the kids are all gone, nods to himself, okay, and then starts going up the stairs.
We can ask him later.
Yeah, so as I was saying, Navid, I thought, if we might encounter these tree things, it might be useful to know a little more about them.
Well, let me just say that they, for example, shoot spikes.
Okay.
And, yeah, I have no idea. They might be magical or something, or I don't know.
Good.
I am not aware of any
Well,
horror
they-
that comes to life.
They are still made of wood, right? So possibly fire would be good against them, right?
Maybe, maybe not.
Oh no.
How many of them were there? Were they moving?
Hold on, let me just
Notes.
I think there were 4 of them,
So
and they moved quite. Not. They weren't slow. And it's easy to say they weren't slow.
Sorry, did you just say they weren't slow?
They weren't slow.
Oh,
They
so
could have
they-
kind of would have expected a tree to, move very slow, but
Make a
apparently they
history
don't know.
check. Make a history check, Navid.
Okay. What's my history? Okay, okay. 5.
Dang.
They were fast for some reason.
Yeah, actually, when I meant they weren't slow, I meant they were quite fast.
Oh, were there roots in the ground? Are they walking? What?
Were there?
Trying to imagine what
They
this
had
looks
feet.
like.
They had feet made of wood, but it was like the root part of the tree, but it was formed into a foot.
I kind of want to see Agatha draw this. It sounds ridiculous.
Yeah, I know.
They were ants. How is it? Like, have you guys not seen treants or ants or anything like that?
No,
I was in
I don't know what
blights
that
for some reason.
Or like you mean kind of Lord of the Rings style, but like
Yeah.
smaller.
Yeah, much smaller.
Oh.
I thought they were like tree and vine blights for some reason.
Benny, your pen is
Oh.
loud.
Sorry, I like to
I was
finish.
trying to be subtle.
Right.
Sato.
So.
No, this says you. So they just attacked you out of nowhere. There was no provocation or anything.
Well, I think they were quite territorial, if I took it right.
Was there
Maybe
any
they
was there any form of communication? Did they speak any words? Did you try to speak anything to them?
Well, I don't think I can speak tree.
Can you speak tree?
Actually, yes.
I
Wait.
might be able to.
This sounds like something you can do.
It would be worth a shot. I can commune with nature itself. If there is something unnaturally created, then I do not believe I would be able to. And it sounds they're quite strange.
Well, let me just say I don't fucking know.
My computer just crashed. Oh fuck.
Oh,
Yes,
no.
very
Well-
mysterious, but
You guys, one thing that you should probably know in our travels is that I can now speak to basically anything, even if it's not able to speak, so keep that in mind. We don't need to fight things right away. We can try talking to them.
That's quite amazing. Yes, I would love to know what these tree things want. Maybe we could work some that benefits both of
Yeah.
us.
yes,
So just keep
diplomatic
that in
solution.
mind. I can talk not only to the three things, but basically to anything, pretty much.
That's astounding, Elrona.
Well, I can do it all the time, because you know, that would hurt my brain.
Of course, we'll be counting on you then.
Oh, don't count on me, that makes me nervous.
Okay, then I won't.
Okay, then I won't.
Well, why are you not counting on me? Do you not trust me?
Tessa looks very confused.
Rhoda kind of like chuckles. It seems like she was kind of like joking.
Oh fuck.
Kamaris, would you like some sparring?
Sure. When I don't have access to my sheet, fuck. Like a fucking computer's crashed. It's frozen.
Well, who would you like to
no.
spar with? There's a bunch
fuck.
of us here.
Yeah.
Maybe you should pair up differently.
Yeah.
I want to fight.
I think I've cleared my mind a little
Kamaris
bit
too chill
talking
fight
to
right now.
Elrona.
Yeah.
Give it another shot.
Oh, maybe I don't want to fight.
Oh.
She just kind of remembers his fire magic, and she's like, "What kind of fight would it be?"
Magic.
No, thank you. And she just kind of sinks down.
Oh, jeez.
So who's fighting
as
who?
a side note, I want to talk to Naveed real quick. How tall is Naveed again?
He's 6 foot, but like his horns are very tall, so they are a few inches.
Okay, so I guess we're about the same height. So Shay would like to like put a hand on his shoulder and I'm assuming feel the fucking tenseness in his shoulder and just ask him, you seem quite aggravated. Is there something that
No.
I or
Oh, for Shay.
He doesn't know what to do. All right. She'll shrink her hand away.
She's just like kind of staring daggers at her for a moment.
Oh no, that makes her want to help even more. Right. She won't do anything for now.
Gotta break through his shell.
Sorry, you guys. Who's sparring?
I would, but I can't fucking find my sheet because my fucking computer's crashed the bitch.
I'll tell you what your attack is, or
Yeah, please
or
do.
what I'll tell you what to add to your roll, I guess. So
Yeah, Odessa would like to fight either Navi or Kimaris.
Yeah,
Alright.
Kamaris would
Yes.
like be 100%
Sorry
up
about
to
them.
have a brawl. He would probably turn out
Brawl?
of a brawl, yeah. Right, Bifta.
alright,
Just checking. No fire magic, right?
No,
It's
no
just
magic.
just
Alright, no magic. Got it.
alright.
Yeah, no,
Oh.
I can do magic.
I mean, I would be burnt to a crisp, but
Well, yeah, no. If I use my magic, you'd be cinders and/or paralyzed from shocking, and/or melting from
Yes.
acid.
I would not like that.
okay. So you
Also,
pick
I
up.
can do acid now. That's fun.
So you
God.
pick up a wooden greatsword, and Odessa,
Yep.
what are you using?
Still my mace.
Okay, still wooden mace. Alright, so Odessa, make a strength check. Kimaris, roll a d20 plus 3.
D3 plus 3.
Yeah, both of you had advantage.
I have 10
Right.
strength. That
Oh,
one,
okay.
oh god.
18.
12.
12. Kimaris swings the greatsword. Odessa isn't ready. You catch it on the shield, and you fall to the ground. And you, Kimaris, you look kind of concerned, like you just you
that
feel
it?
you feel like you attacked too early, but you're like, I'm pretty sure I attacked on time.
Oh.
You alright?
Sorry. Today's
Wanna
just
go again?
not
Yeah.
my day.
No, it's okay. No, I was a bit early. Come on, get up. Do it again. on.
Alright, sure.
Okay.
You
Shay,
did do it again.
Shay would like to help pull Odessa up and like give her a pat on the back, like, "Let's go, champ."
Both of you go again. Strength checks at advantage.
Alright, that's only a 13.
19.
19.
Yay.
Okay, so this time Odessa, you're like, damn it, I have like failed twice. So you see like a new fire in Odessa's eyes, and instead of usually Odessa was like holding her mace forward and then her shield back ready to bring up, but then now she's like, no, it seems like physically speaking, the people around you are stronger. I need to go defensive. So Odessa, she's a starting stance, shield forward, mace in the back, and then to signal that she's ready, she grabs a mace and bangs twice in the front of a shield, like bonk, bonk. Then
Mm-hmm.
Kimaris, as you swing, the first swing is just a little too high. Vanessa crouches under. And then she tries to step forward, but then you are really fast with this greatsword. This is your primary weapon. And then you swing it back down again. She manages to deflect it upwards with the shield. Then as you're swinging it over your head, trying to bring it for an overhead blow, she sidesteps just directly to the right, and then just jabs in with her mace directly under your left rib, and smacks
Oof.
you right where your kidney is, and Kimaris just buckles to the floor like, ow.
Ah, my kidney.
Oh god. Oh my god. Are you alright?
One minute. Like you just hear like a small popping.
Do you need some healing?
Fine. I do worse to myself than you've done to me. Ugh.
You don't
that-
take any damage, but
that's
it
true.
hurts like shit.
Uncomfortably true, but it is still true. See, you're not useless. There you go.
I didn't think I
Oh,
was,
wow.
but thank you.
You're welcome. Always here to help. And Kamaris kind of just goes to the sidelines and sit next to Navid.
Okay.
No, I mean,
Maybe
like,
they're
would you like to
almost
change
like-
partners? Oh.
What?
What did Aurora say?
No, she just kind of like was
Pressing
thinking
shit.
to herself, and she's just like, maybe they're all useless.
Alright, so besides the sparring, is there anything else anybody wants to do before you guys retire for the night?
Yeah, I think. Oh, sorry, you go ahead.
Oh, record.
You said that there's disposable dummies, right?
Yeah, it's like there's a bunch of dummies that are wooden, like the ones that they've been using with the great swords, the wooden great swords. But then there's a bunch that, like for example, Kimarsh is using as like fire targets, and those are just like these made of cardboard, some made of straw, very disposable indeed.
Alright, then I'll put a hand on Ramos's head and then point at one of them and tell him to tear it apart.
Okay. Roll an attack roll with Ramos.
Ooh.
I assume the rest of us are all watching this.
Mm-hmm.
Oh hell yeah.
I need to figure out what his thing is. Okay, +4 to hit. I'll just...
Okay.
15 to hit.
Okay, and what attack are you using?
Just his force empowered rend. It's
Force em-
1d8 plus 2
Force
force
empowered
damage.
Yep, got it. Alright, so roll damage.
Let me just make sure. Oh, it's 2d8. Never mind. 7 damage.
Okay, so you guys watch as Ramos, from his position where he's sitting with Rooney sitting on top of him, suddenly like moves
top, my
into a...
bad.
What?
I didn't know that he was sitting on top of him.
Rooney was
What do you
sitting
mean?
on top of Ramos.
Your Roomba. The cat's always on the
Don't call him
Roomba.
a
No.
He's on the Roomba.
So Ramos suddenly goes into a pouncing
Roomba.
like stance, and then Rudy like gets very concerned, like, wait, what? I didn't sign up for this. And then you see
He's
Ramos
fine.
just dart forward at blinding speed, and then Rudy's like holding on to him close, and you're like, Ramos goes forward with his jaws, and then straight up, you guys watch as from the tail, this thin bluish, dark blue glow begins to emanate from his tail and goes through his body straight up Godzilla style as he bites down, and the moment that he bites down within his jaw, you see this explosion of very small at this point, but definitely condensed blue energy just explode like poof, and you see this mannequin type, like man size cardboard and straw dummy just get ripped entirely in half.
Gee.
I'll
Well,
skip him
hot
mad.
damn.
I consider this mount worthy for Rooney.
You see Rooney like holding on, like slowly gets up, fluffs up his fluff. He looks down, he jumps off of Ramos, walks up to the dummy, and he goes, boop. And the dummy slowly, magically levitates and fixes itself back home.
What the fuck is this cat? Seriously.
Already, good job. You are fixing stuff. You are not killing people for once. Good job.
I'm not the only one that sees it right. The cat's doing stuff that cats
No,
shouldn't do.
no. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Rooney
I've seen it
climbs back
before.
on
Get
Ramos.
sist.
You fucking
Why could
cats.
cats not do stuff like this? That is
Because it's
just
making
your
that
race.
thing fly.
Honestly, I have no idea how cats walk. I have once seen fall over from very high up, and it somehow survived. I have no idea what are exactly cats. They're strange.
I've never really met a cat, but I know of cats and other animals, but nothing that I should know indicates that they should make things fucking fly.
Well, it
Or
wasn't
teleport.
flying. What happened is that
Makes
the-
things fly, yeah.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying, it doesn't fly itself.
The dummy that was in two pieces levitated, fixed itself whole, and then landed.
Yeah.
That's not
Well,
normal.
maybe
That's not what cats
Maris,
do.
maybe you are not cool enough for this, you know?
You know what? If the definition of a cool is having a strange cat, then I'm fucking fine not being that.
And I'm cool. Okay.
Shay just kind of like nudges Odessa when we see this, and she kind of nods to Dr. Recker, and it's just like, good thing he's on our team.
Oh yes, I would not want to face that beast in battle.
I'll call
Not sure
him
who I'm
back.
more afraid of, Rooney or Ramos.
You guys see Rooney has curled back into a ball, double Ramos, and is like trying to go to sleep. But a bit more
Aw.
like on a more secure position in case Ramos takes off again, because Rooney almost fell off that last time.
Why is he the most scary and the most cute at the same time? I don't like feeling like this.
I'm content with just feeling contempt for this cat.
This is gonna whisper to Shay so Alruna can't hear. It's like, you're familiar with animals, right? What do you think Rooney is?
I would have no idea. This is not like any other animal I've seen before, and I've seen some weird things. She's thinking of like that bird that Erica
Odessa,
has right
Odessa,
now.
with your background, make a nature check.
Ooh.
What? Okay.
Oh,
Oh,
nice. I actually do want Rooney to be revealed as a player.
That's a 6.
Ah, fuck.
Oh.
Oh,
I mean, could I try as well?
Sorry,
'Cause she's
I was
asking
talking about
me.
Shaynari, not Odessa. My mistake.
Okay.
Oh,
Yeah.
I was like, what?
Sorry.
With my background, that's a...
Shay, you
I'm
better roll
calling
good.
everybody Odessa at this point. I was talking about Shaynari.
Oh, we are Odessa.
Right.
Odessa 1,
Right.
Odessa
I'm
2,
gonna use my wooden dice. Come on, guys.
Odessa with white hair.
Okay, that's not bad. 15.
Okay. Think about Rooney, and then you're like, it's obviously not a cat.
Mm-hmm.
And you're like, magical powers, but seems very aloof. Doesn't seem to care much. Kind of volatile, but at the same time, pretty chill. And then it clicks for me. Rooney is a fae.
Oh my god. I think she audibly gasps at
very
this
vague.
realization.
What's happening, Shaynari? You look very surprised.
She kind of like glances at you and is like, no! And like immediately like leans into Odessa.
Hmm.
He's a spirit of nature. He's no animal.
Oh. Well, is he like a good one?
Make a religion check, both
That's to be determined.
of you. Both
both of us.
both of you make a religion check at this point.
Supposed to be good at
Okay.
this.
Hey, Dean, can I ask a question?
Yeah.
What's a devil's opinion on the Fae?
Neutral?
Neutral? Alright, cool.
Shay
14.
got a 12 for religion.
Both of you are like, you feel like you remember something about forces of nature, so spirits of nature being morally neutral. Like, they don't, like, a concept of good or evil just doesn't apply to them.
Mhm.
Okay. Well, like you said, glad they're both on our side.
Exactly. She just kind of chuckles and like sips her water more, watching. Does anyone else want to do anything in the training room, or are we gonna move out now?
No.
I kind of want to do the last pairing, Navid and me and Shay and Kimara's.
Okay.
Yeah,
Sparring.
Kamara's done to go if you want.
Let's
Just for
do,
fun.
Let's do
Sure.
Navid. Let's do Navid and Odessa. Both of you strength checks at advantage.
alright.
Oh god. No, I'm rolling like shit. No!
That's one. What the hell is this? Sorry, one of my dice just did one thing. Okay. So strength, right?
Strength at advantage, yes.
Okay, so 16.
4.
Oh no!
Navid,
no.
You were
Navid.
feeling inadequate.
Navid is still like kind of like in his like I'm emo and edgy, get away from me mode, and then like Odessa's like, hey, do you want to spar? And then Navid's like, yeah, you ready to go now? Odessa's like, yeah, I'm ready. Navid just like straight up smacks her with this great sword sideways, like boom, and Odessa just on the ground.
Oh no!
Oh god.
Odessa, today is not your day.
Odessa
Hey,
like
not
sits
your
up,
day,
her
sweetie.
braids are just like unraveling from her head, and she's like, I think that's enough sparring for me today.
Oh. I feel the struggle of being a Dex cleric. I feel it.
Alright. Alright. Navi, you ready to go then? Ready to lay
No,
down?
it's...
I wanna
Oh,
fight
wait,
Navi.
who did you fight before? I don't remember.
I've fought Odessa.
Who have you not fought yet?
Navi.
Oh, right, everybody. Okay.
Yeah, I've only fought Odessa.
No, you've also fought. Yeah, you've only fought Odessa. All right.
No,
So
only
next
Odessa.
up, while that is happening, and while Navid is like taking a short break, it's Shaynari and Kimaris.
Cool.
So both of you, your relative checks at advantage. So Shaynari Dex and my dude Strength. which is +3
Yeah,
for you.
she'll just say, it's
Oh.
a shame we couldn't do magic battles, but we would quite enjoy
Oh, if I
each
was
other.
if I was magic battles, you no offense, you'd be a fried shrimp.
Well, I do have some frying moves as well. Okay, that was
my friend who's more.
That was bad. And that was worse. Oh
I rolled an 18.
no! 7.
I rolled a 4 and a 3 just now. Just
Ooh.
saying.
I got a 7 total.
Okay,
sorry.
So this time it's fairly like even at the first strike, right? So Kimaris raises up his greatsword, double-handed overhead, and just like straight up kendo style brings it down as a blade. Shinari pulls up a double short sword as an axe and catches it, but then almost buckles under the strength, and then Kimaris just lowers his entire body downwards, putting his body weight into the attack as well. And Shinari, both your short swords buckle, and you get hit in the head as you fall backwards.
Bonk. Okay, yeah, she'll fall down and she'll just lay there for a moment and just say, I'm not quite a fan of the great sword.
It sucks, I'm sorry, it's my favorite thing.
And then it's time for Navid and Kimaris.
Wait, is Navi undefeated right now?
Navid is undefeated, yeah.
Navid is
Oh,
undefeated.
God.
Yeah,
There
Navid-
we go, two
also
great swords.
Navid-
Nobody
just like-
can stop.
Oh shit!
Now it's kind
Kimaris.
of being like more chill now.
The champions!
Things have calmed down a little.
Odessa's gonna whisper to Shay, hey, who do you want to bet on? 1 gold.
Oh, a gold.
Ooh.
Okay. Alright, that's quite interesting. They both defeated her, so it's not like she has a very opinion of them.
She calls Elrona and Riker into. They want to.
Oh gosh, a big
Fight
pool of
club.
money. all right. I'm gonna put it on Navid.
How dare
I'll
you.
put on Kimaris then,
Oh.
my friend.
Interesting.
What about the
Thank you.
other 2 of you? Are you betting?
Yeah, I'll put it on Chimaris as well.
Yeah.
Give me a second, I'm trying to find a way Elrona can cheat.
Oh.
Of course you
They
are.
already have advantage on it, right? So Bardic Inspiration wouldn't really help them.
No, yeah. I mean, they added
No,
to the roll.
Meanwhile,
They would add it to
Meanwhile-
the roll, yeah.
Morris, I love you. She's bestie, but she's
Yeah.
just the way that Navid destroyed her.
That's fair. Kamara still will hurt, though.
So
Aw.
who's fighting right now?
Right now it's Navid versus
Kimaris?
Kimaris.
Yeah.
I want to fight to bet on Navid, but don't tell Kimaris.
Yeah, I assume we're all whispering, so you guys can't hear us.
So there's
yeah, we're
two
not
gold,
like openly.
2 gold on
like-
Kimaris from Odessa and Riker, and then 2 gold on Navid from Shinari and Elrona. All right.
Yeah,
Rooney,
Odessa's
who
gonna
do you
look
want to bet on?
respectfully at Rooney and be like, do you want to bet, sir?
Sure.
Rudy looks very confused at
Sir.
you.
Okay, that's
Does
fine.
Rooney have gold? She asks Elrona.
I'm
Just a cat
sure
out of
someone will give him
currency.
one if he asks.
All right. So Navid, Kimaris. Wait, Elrona was saying something. What were you saying?
No, she was just about to ask Rooney who he wants to bet on.
I like everybody's on the same page. All right. Kimaris and Navid. Strength checks at advantage.
I am fully
Go on.
prepared to.
Ooh, not 20. 23.
First one is a 15. Second one is a 13.
Wait. So what did Navid roll?
My boy!
15.
15? And
Yeah.
nat 20
Kimaris
for
got nat
Kimaris.
20,
Okay,
yeah.
so you guys watch as both of them kind of like completely different stances, right? You see Navid like with like the like very regal, like holding up his great sword straight up as he's preparing, kind of like that, and then you see Kimaris like double handing it, but then sort of like over his head or like down to the ground, depending on like where he feels Navid is going to come from. And then as like one of the servants goes, fight! The 2 of them come in and one large slash at each other, and you guys hear wood on wood as it echoes inside the room, and you see both of them just struggling for control over the parry, and then both of them release and go again from the other side this time and again.
Oh, that's so cool.
as like it
It's
just
anime.
echoes, and then finally it releases, and then Navid kind of spins it over his head and does a thrust with the tip of the greatsword. Kimaris just blocks it with the blade of his, deflecting it off to the side, and comes in with an overhead thrust. Navid manages to block the overhead thrust, but then Kimaris was expecting that, and he rotates his greatsword this time by holding the blade with one hand and holding the hilt with the other, rotates it and sends it directly at the midsection of Navid with a little step in, and just one clean slice across the gut. A fatal blow in a real fight.
Finish him.
Hey, that's your
No,
man.
let's not finish anyone. Let's not finish anyone.
Finish him.
They're all my friends.
Kimaris, I knew you could do it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Kimaris,
You
I
were
will
lucky
do
this
it. I
time.
wait on
Like-
you.
He does like the big showboating thing where like he kisses his like both arms. Mwah, mwah. Like yeah. Undefeated. No, wait, no.
All right, friends, pay up.
Winner. Wait, pay up.
Wait, what?
So two of you turn and watch, and then you
There was
see
money on me.
Shay and Elrona paying money to Odessa and Riker.
All right.
Yep.
Who bet me? Who
So,
bet me? Who's my
You
friend?
guys
Who's not?
you guys each gain 1 gold, and we both lose 1 gold.
Yeah.
Well, Kimaris,
hurts.
look who's getting the money, and she's like,
I'm
shows him
genuinely.
the gold.
I guess I know who my friends are then.
Oh, no
So
hard
I walks
feelings.
over to Odessa, like puts it all around them. See? Yeah. This is what friendship is. Friendship is betting on your friend to win a fight, or betting against them. If
Tell
they
that to
lose.
yourself.
Oh no. Kay is now shunned. From her
Oh.
one of 2 friends, she's shunned.
Nah. He makes a big show of it, and then he comes up to you. All right, next time, you know, if you're gonna bet money on me, bet it on me, the winner, the right
right.
choice.
I won't make the mistake again.
Exactly. No offense, Navid. It's just know how it is. The winner.
Yeah, you're. Yeah,
Yeah.
it was a
I'm
good
great.
fight.
It was a great fight, but I won, so I'm better.
That's
Oh my-
what it makes it worse.
Yeah.
Would have said the best
Okay,
if you
now
didn't
who wants
win.
to spar with Rooney?
Yeah. It would have been.
No,
or Remus.
No, you guys should not do that. You will
No.
stop that. Please don't
No,
do it.
I'm not
Yes,
cutting the
no,
cat.
no,
I'll
no,
fight,
thank
you.
I'll fight
Doesn't
him every day of the
anything.
week, not the cat. Fuck the cat. No. don't
Rooney
fuck
does
the
not
cat.
understand the concept of sparing. He would kill you.
No, thank you.
Oh.
Thank you.
I
No,
can
don't wanna fuck
fight
the cat.
anything, but not Rooney. I'm genuinely
No.
terrified of him.
I lived in hell. I worked with devils and other weird shit. I'd fight them. I wouldn't fight a cat.
That's kind of old-fashioned, you know?
Yeah.
So, at the end of the sparring session, would you guys like to do anything else before heading to bed?
Oh yeah, I think Kamara's going out to the woods and going dragon to go hunt some shit.
Okay. So you.
Oh, wow.
You're going dragon form in the woods.
Yep.
It's full of energy.
What's your
Jay
roll?
wants
Stealth
He's in a
check?
good mood. You
Jay
want to keep
wants
this
to
everyone
find
going.
Albert tried to, but we did that after.
Okay, sure. Well, we'll go with Kamaris first since you already declared that. I will say if you find something, you can probably kill it, especially in dragon form. So just roll a stealth check for me to
Stealth?
see whether or
Alright,
not
check
you
my
can sneak up
dex.
on anything.
Well, I got a +2, but I'm not proficient, so. 14.
Okay. Then roll a survival check for me. Remember, you can use
Oh,
your
I am
charisma instead
proficient
of
in that.
your wisdom.
Oh, in that case, that's a +6. That's an 18.
Jeez.
18. Okay, so very quickly as you leave, as you dart over the castle wall, and then you go. What type of dragon are you going?
Tonight I'm gonna be green dragon because I just got not green, sorry, black dragon.
Black dragon. So
Yeah.
as you turn into this like massive, well, not massive, but slightly taller black dragon worm knight, and then you're like, yeah, this is cool.
Yeah.
And then
Well, I can't speak, but yeah.
yeah.
In
No,
my
you,
head.
you can speak.
He's a dragon baby.
No,
You
it
can-
literally says I can't speak.
It does say you can't speak?
You wrote, yeah, I can't speak.
Typo,
I go,
because,
I
I
go feral.
I think I must have mistyped that. No, you can speak.
cool.
That's a holdover from the Lycan transformation.
Ah,
Yeah,
right.
I will edit that when I get the time.
Cool.
And just remind me, drop me a message during the week.
Got it.
Does he say anything before he leaves, or he just goes?
Oh yeah, you could probably say, all right, I'm going to hunt. Bye.
Oh, okay.
Just sprints into the woods.
Just no, you guys see him sprint and like straight up
Stripping.
jump over the wall.
Yeah, like probably right after dinner, he's like, all right, guys, I'm gonna go hunting, and like probably opens the nearest window. Say yeah, because like just fucking jumps out of it.
Which floor is it? I'm concerned.
Probably like second floor.
He doesn't care. He's jumping out the window.
He's not gonna take
I
damage. It's
told
fine.
him to talk to me if he's sad.
Oh no.
Alright. So you do see a deer. This is a normal deer. And you do indeed manage to
Poor
come
deer.
across it and kill it. What are you using to kill it?
My claws and teeth.
Okay. So this is why I was asking, because as you come back, I want you to make a perception check.
Perception. All right. Can I use my charisma for perceptions?
No.
All right. You didn't think so. Oh, that's a 6.
You can only use a charisma when you're hunting. But this is
that's right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
6. Keep going. You don't see anybody that would cause you
Oh
alarm.
god, it's the
You-
worst.
You have a deer on your shoulder.
Mm-hmm.
What are you doing?
Do 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 do. Got me a deer. Do 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 do. Gonna rip its heart out. Need it. Do 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 do.
Okay. Nothing.
Doing a Rudy now, are you?
Sorry.
Nothing
exactly,
spectacular
Rooney's-
really happens until you get back to the household. You get back to the house, people see your hands covered in blood. Your dragon form has like dissipated by now, and you see the guards, the servants of the manor are like, so we could take that for you, skin and tan it if you would like that.
Oh, that'd be great, thanks. Careful, it's a acidic round the back.
What?
Mind your fingers. Acidic.
Did you find it in a pot of caustic liquid?
No, I bit it.
It's just like complete blank stance. Two of them just like look at each other, turn back at you.
Yeah, like
Yes,
Gamara's is like I bit it. Mm-hmm. Go on.
they
Go on.
very carefully pick it up without like touching the back, and they usher it away.
There you go.
I'm telling you guys, these people can't wait for us to leave.
Yeah, they can.
Okay. All right, and then what is Shinar? You up next? What are you doing?
She's not
Okay,
here.
sure. So I guess as she leaves the training, or I guess, did we have dinner? Because I don't know.
Yeah, you
where
guys
we are
had
in
dinner.
time.
You guys had dinner.
Okay. Did Albert come to the dinner?
Almost at dinner.
Or is
yeah.
it just us?
Dinner is like communal. Everybody's there.
Okay, cool. Yeah, then she just wants to kind of talk to him. She will say, "So, Albert, how was your day today? What did you do?"
Well, my research, fairly importantly, just attempting to make some sense of what happened to my brother.
And what did you find?
Frustratingly, nothing. Sometimes it is hard. You pore over old tomes, you seek to find wisdom of the ages, and every now and then you make a breakthrough. You pierce through the veil of nomenclature just to seize that one gem of useful information. That was not today. It wasn't a complete waste of time because I've ruled out a lot of things, but I haven't ruled anything in, and that is fairly frustrating, I should say.
Shay just kind of like nods towards him and is thinking, like, what the fuck, he's too young to be this eloquent.
You can say
But
wizard.
she'll nod. She
How was your day, madam?
quite uneventful, but you can't complain about that.
I heard the sounds of your sparring from my room, which is quite an achievement given that I am 3 stories up and across the hall.
Oh yes, we do have fun. She's looking around like the robo and cat pets.
I have noticed, indeed. Well,
How has your training in fighting been? Have you practiced any more in that regard?
I'm sure you know I am not. I am not exactly a martial fighter. That is not my expertise. I am more of a kind of like twirls his hands, and you see like a bit of magical sparks running through his hands and at the fingertips. Arcane practitioner, if I would say so.
Yes,
myself.
but it cannot hurt to be good at multiple things. And she like pulls out a sword, she pulls out a cat magic in her hand. It cannot hurt to become a master of all.
Perhaps one day, but I must say I think a disinterested student is a horrible student to be teaching, and therefore I wouldn't put the burden on anybody. The horror of having to teach me in martial combat, for I am certainly most disinterested.
That seems fair enough. Just know that if you ever need the assistance, there's many of us that are quite useful. She looks specifically at Naveed and at Kamaris.
Kamaris isn't here, he's left.
You jam up the window.
I mean,
no,
I
actually,
said
as
after-
you
he said
mentioned this,
after dinner.
yeah. So as you mentioned this, as dinner is wrapping up, Kamaris goes, "Well, see ya. I'm off to hunt," and jumps out of a window.
Oh no.
Perhaps not Master Kamaris. I might speak to Master Navid at some time.
Perfect. Yes. Yeah, she's just like, I'm just curious as it is what you children do in your free time.
Well, it is
Researching is quite not the norm, I would say, for your age, but
it's fairly interesting, Madam Shinari. You are not that much older than I.
oh shit, I forgot. That's
Yes,
right.
you
I'm only
are-
2 years
Your
old.
children.
That you are an accomplished practitioner. I am in an odd position. I am not young enough to be a child yet, not old enough to be an adult, and this transition period is confusing to say the least. Yes, but it's also something I'm going to miss. I am beginning to be given responsibilities, and it is nice to be relied upon. But the adult world scares me, and I'm not sure I want to leave the naive world of my childhood behind.
The fact that he just had that thought is like he's already left his childhood behind. But
Yeah, no, he's not that self-aware yet.
she'll nod towards him and say, while it can be scary in this world, you can kind of carve your own path. So you just look inside of yourself and what to do. It seems like you already have a pretty good grasp on that. And just do your best at it. And all the rest of everything that comes with being in this will come. It'll come and go.
Interesting, you mentioned carving your own path. What path do you wish to carve? Or have you carved?
I thought I used to be quite certain about what I wanted or needed to do. Everything was black and white. You know, it's evil, you kill it. But if you need its resources, you kill it. But there's other ways to go about it. The hunt is not necessarily a single event or a single kill. There's more to it. There's more you can learn. If that makes any sense.
You know, it's interesting you mentioned that up until this moment, well, not this moment, but up until yesterday, when I was practicing my magics, I was always approaching it from the standpoint of perhaps defending myself and harming those that would seek to harm me. But yesterday I had a sort of a breakthrough. I realized that, and then he picks up this small wooden spoon and like covers his hand with it. Because I realized that what I really wish to do is change myself, the way the world works, and as he opens his hands, kind of like a flower, you see the wooden spoon is now entirely made from silver, yes, and the things within it. And he like hands you the
Wow.
spoon.
She'll take it and just hold it and feel the weight.
I am still
In her
an
hands.
apprentice. It is real silver as you feel it. I'm still an
Yeah.
apprentice, but that is not permanent, temporary. But I took it as a sign of potential, of the ability that I could have to truly effect lasting change.
Your studies are great, far more than I could comprehend. Kind of chuckles and hands the spoon back.
As you hand it back to him, he like twirls it over. You see him like kind of like almost like you're rolling a coin, just rolls it between his fingers, and by the time it gets to his pinky, it's back to wood. And he puts it back down. Well, I should retire for the night. I do have some plans for tomorrow. I need to head to the academy to handle some paperwork, enroll some of my younger siblings, as it were. It's a good conversation, madam.
Of course. Thank you for entertaining me. I bid you good night. Good luck.
He kind of gives you a short bow, and returns upstairs to his room.
All right, time to get drunk.
Children are
I
God.
just imagine like of them having this like deep conversation and everyone else just munching on the food.
Some good steak.
Some real good deer.
Yeah, like what was your guys' reaction to the conversation? Is everyone like head down awkward? You guys.
No, I was interested. It's great.
Cool. Yeah. Then Shay seeks alcohol.
Alcohol is aplenty. However, the servants do usher all the children away back to bed before they serve any. See, Vernon Stone at the end of the stairs. Ah, my friends! Perfect. It is that time of the night that we
Oompa.
should indeed drink and make merry. It might be our last chance before you depart. Vincent, do you remember that one year, a few years ago, when the merchant gave us a bottle in exchange for giving him safe harbor? That's the kind of like things around here. Bring out one of those bottles. This is a special occasion. And you see Vincent kind of start rushing off and he goes, this is a special one. I open it every now and then for special occasions. Actually, the bottle that I always open just ran out to go. So I'm opening a new one of the batch. There's only 3 bottles left in the batch, so you understand this is fairly special. As you see, Vincent now brings out this large green glass bottle filled with a semi-translucent liquid that as the light hits it from an angle it sparkles and displays a spectrum of rainbow colors on the far wall. Vernon takes it and goes, well, come my friends, we shall retire to my study for this toast, and perhaps any last words you wish to have with me before you set off on this journey, any questions you might have. I'm willing to answer. Vincent, could you send a cheese spread up to my study, if you will? Servants, one. And Vernon quite hurriedly moves up the study. So who would like to follow him?
Am I back at this point?
Yeah, I'll say you're back at this point.
Cool. So I'm probably just like washing the blood off my hands, getting it out of my teeth, and then I'll join them.
Adessa is not drinking, and she doesn't have anything to ask him, so she's just gonna say goodnight to everyone. She and Kimaris and retire.
Also, can I get?
Where,
Sorry.
there's Velstrika. Where you headed?
Oh, yes. Well,
You're
unfortunately, I
not joining
cannot
us.
partake, although it's very kind of you. Very kind gesture. But,
Well, join us anyway. I'll have something without any alcohol in it prepared for you.
Oh, of course.
Yeah, like he motions to one of the servants, gets them working on that.
Okay.
Right.
Yeah, can I just have said that I would have asked the servants to make that deer into like travel rations?
Oh yeah, sure.
Cool.
You can. We'll just speed through it, but it will take until morning for them to get it done. It
Cool.
will be, I would say, a whole deer. You did bring it back. That would be 14 rations in total.
And just divide that among the group.
Okay, so that's 2 per person.
2 per person.
Cool. I need to
Yeah.
remind
Awesome.
Dennis.
Yeah.
Well, thank you
but-
kindly.
Yeah, by the way, we got breakfast for tomorrow. I went out a little bit of a trip. It's fun.
Yes,
Don't mind
and
the
how
burn
exactly
marks.
is it that you do hunt? Kamaris,
well,
in the
I
time
went-
I've spent with you, I haven't
yeah,
quite
yeah.
seen it.
Pretty simple. I went out, sneaking about, under the underbrush and such. Saw a deer.
Mhm.
I charged at it. I
Mhm.
bit into its throat, took my claws, stabbed it into its lower chest, aiming for the heart. But I think I went for the
Oh.
lungs by accident, and then I dragged it
Okay.
back.
All right.
You
That's graphic.
Yeah.
Interesting. Using multiple techniques.
Well, yeah.
It sounds like Rooney when he hunts.
Okay. Doesn't catch me as
It's
the
very
hunting
visible
type.
by this point that Aurora is really, really kidding with this.
Yeah. He seems more the kind of guy to, wait for food to be presented before him, picking it for a couple of hours, and then over the course of like a whole day eat it, kind of thing.
Basically,
She
like
just
a king.
kind of takes. She takes a big swig of whatever. I don't know. Is it wine? Is it ale? Or straight liquor? What did they give
Are
us?
you guys in the study yet? He's been waiting for you in the study. Okay. As you guys enter the study,
I'm
you
there.
see the curtains have been pulled apart. There is a large telescope and a globe and atlas, and it seems like this is where it's a 12-foot high ceiling, just lined both sides with books of all kinds. And as you step in, you see he's now poured out in 7 separate glasses this clear amber liquid. However, instead of filling it like you would a whiskey glass, he's filled it up to what you would expect wine to be. As you all enter, he
Jeez.
goes.
Ooh, yeah.
As you all enter, he goes. Ignore the color. It isn't hard liquor.
Aw.
Velstrika, for you here. And then he hands you a separate glass, also amber liquid, but you can see definitely lighter, less viscous. Juice squeezed from the best apples on this,
Oh, thank you for going to the trouble
of course.
to drink.
This is
Best
Quite
apples? How
fancy.
do you measure the quality of an apple?
Actually, it is through the suppleness of the skin, the color, and also around the time at which it is picked. You measure from the moment that it becomes a seedling all the way to the time it becomes a fruit, and you have to pick it at just the perfect time, so it is at the perfect crescendo of ripeness. There are actually different times to pick an apple to make it best to make a wine with, best to make juice with, and best to simply partake. It is a very interesting science, I must say. Regardless, that's not.
It sounds complicated. I hereby decide to not like apples.
Unfortunate.
That's an interesting requirement.
Well,
Okay.
the beverage in
More
front
for
of you
me.
will certainly change your minds about apples, because this is the finest wine made from apples that you would probably find anywhere in the Brumfan Highlands, or perhaps even in the Eastern Clovenlands.
Nifty.
As he raises a toast and he goes, "To my newfound friends who are willing to travel great distances for a task I have of them," and raises it to each of you.
Oh. Shay will warmly smile and raise hers as well, looking at everybody in the room.
takes a fairly large swig, smacks his lips, puts his glass down. As you guys taste it, those who are having the wine, it is crisp. It is a very almost like it feels like water rushing into your mouth. As it gets under your tongue, it hydrates you almost just like water does. But then you feel the warmth of the alcohol, and you feel the sweetness and the subdued bitterness of apple skin and the sweetness of the flesh, well molded into a perfect drink. And as you down it, it heats up your entire body, keeping you warm. And it's probably one of the more refreshing wines you've ever had.
Why you gotta do this to me,
I
Benny?
hereby decide to like apples.
I want it. I want it now, Benny.
So do I.
Why?
It's
Drank all my
based on
cider I
a,
had yesterday. Damn it.
it's based on a real like cider that I've had before.
Which one?
Shit. You know the moment when someone asks you, and then at that moment you forget the name.
Yeah, I love Angry Orchard, but I know that
It's not
there's
Angry
other
Orchard.
ones
It's
as
it's
well.
a
There's,
fancy
like-
Italian one. I got it when I went to
Oh,
Venice.
I would have no idea then.
Yeah, I had a glass of it in Venice. I'll find a picture of it and send it to you.
Oh, okay.
Odessa kind of whispers to Aruna, "Does Rooney want any?"
Rooney
Ask him.
surprisingly is not there
Got it.
as you guys turn around to try and look for Rooney. He's not on Ramos and he's not in the room.
Oh no. He went dancing.
Oh my god.
No, he's just off playing with one of the kids. But
Oh no!
Even more.
He's loose with kids.
Save it!
Oh gosh, that's concerning.
no,
Okay,
Rudy
fine,
likes
yeah.
kids. It's fine. All right, so
Okay.
For dinner.
so my friends, it has been a fairly eventful evening. One second, I'm hearing some raised voices. You guys also hear the voices as they start coming up. Lord Stone, I'm sorry, we didn't know you had guests. There's been an issue. Yes, what happened? Somebody swears they spotted a werewolf out in the forest.
Yeah.
The guards.
Kimura doesn't say fuck, but he like his eyes widen. Shit.
The guards swear that they saw a man, sort of blue skin. Some people say, like some of them assume that it was
Well, it would
a
have been black, but
disguise.
okay.
And then he turned black, and he got larger, with a long snout, and he just ran off into the forest, almost on all fours.
Oh yeah, well, it would have been awful.
And yeah, he starts like recounting the exact like the guards basically saw you running in and then coming back with a deer over one shoulder, and all them were too terrified to do anything about it. He recounts the entire thing to Brownstone, where it's like, well, put a curfew on the town, make sure nobody ventures out of the forest tonight, and we'll send a hunting party out there in the morning to ensure that this werewolf is found and subdued.
Well, I wouldn't say werewolf. It's more lizards.
Lizard, you seem like
Well,
an expert on this matter.
Well, I mean, I would know because I
Mary,
am.
did you do something?
Wait,
Oh, yeah, I went hunting.
did you say you're a were-lizard?
Well, it's a whole story with my dad and like fucking with Tiamats and.
You see at this point the
dragons,
guard is like stepping backwards and like got one hand on his sword. He goes like,
No, sir, don't worry.
That's where dragon kind of
We're
thing.
dragon!
Yeah, where dragon. That's more like it.
I wanna call emotions right now, just to be safe.
You see the guy like kind of. That is very terrifying. Honestly.
Oh, it is. You want to see? You want to see? You want to see? You want to see? I want to see.
Shay's just like,
Sure, show it to
she's
me.
like, what did
Yeah,
we
cool.
tell you?
Well, I haven't done
I
anything.
just wanna
Just
point
breathe.
out calm emotions
That wasn't
is
like
on
skip.
everyone in the room.
Okay, so okay, sure.
Oh, everyone. Okay.
What kind of dragon form are you taking?
I'm gonna be the same one as I was last time, so just black dragon. So
Black dragon?
You kind of just see as so you kind of see as Kamaris like begins to like stretch, his bones begin to almost like crackle, reshape, and like elongate. You see the talons on his fingers grow. You see his face like begin to rearrange, like lengthen, and like sharp teeth begin to come out as his posture kind of gets more stooped to the point where it's almost on all fours. Like spikes grow on the back of his spine. His tail thickens. to like a much more like a lizard, and he kind of just standing up now about like 5'7", but he's kind of now on all fours, kind of looking at all of you. You see little droplets of acid dripping down from his mouth.
You see the guy goes, "This is very terrifying. I am afraid of for my life. It's also quite intriguing. Please."
He says this very calmly.
Yeah, he's got calm emotions casted on him. Please.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah,
Please
that is the
startle.
greatest compliment. Yeah.
Please try not
Do
to
the rest of us
startle the
not have
guards
to
in the
save?
future. What? It's up to you whether
Yes,
you want to
it's a
roll the save.
I'm gonna
Yeah.
roll the save.
Yeah,
What is
she doesn't
it?
like announce it.
I just said it was going to change.
DC 13 charisma save.
Does she like tell us that she's doing that, or do we just feel magic on it?
You just feel
No,
like
she kind of does it. Yeah.
Okay, yeah. Well, then I'm gonna.
But
try
what
and-
components does it have? Is it like a?
Well, it's like her class feature, so I assume it would be something like as this like heated discussion is going on. She just kind of steps up and she's like, "Everyone, just calm down, calm down." She like starts waving her hands in the air.
like
Let's
calm
all
down,
calm
calm
down,
down,
let's be
calm down,
quiet.
calm down, calm down, calm down.
You said charisma DC 13 charisma save?
Yeah.
Oh, I just made it. Thank God.
Yeah.
I'll roll the save. I'm currently downstairs.
I
Give
got
me a
a
second.
17.
Oh, I
I-
shouldn't have done it on
I
Odessa. I just realized.
Got a. How
It's
long
okay, I made it.
It's a DC 13
It's a-
charisma save.
I rolled a 17.
I'm professional.
Me too.
Everybody's resisting. Nobody wants to
rolled a
be
13.
calm.
I don't want to be calm. I'm excited.
The
There you
guard
go.
failed.
He's the
Ah.
only one.
Yeah.
Nice.
Wait, what
The
about
guard was the
Baron
primary
Oh,
target.
he
Yeah.
saved, but he's just like stoic.
He's
I'm
already
just
calm.
looking at Chimeras and. What the hell are you?
I'm a dragon. Well, right now
Yeah,
I'm a part dragon.
You're all scarier than Rooney.
By the way, is the whole going on all fours thing just a flavor that you're throwing in there?
Oh yeah.
Okay, good. Because I was like, that's I wanted to make sure that it's not part of the actual thing, but sure.
Yeah, no, like he can stand up to be like humanoid, but
Yeah.
like he can like go down like a predator stance to like go and fucking chase shit down.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so the guard goes, "Sir, please try not to startle any more guards. I need to go home and speak to my wife. Goodbye, Baron Stone." And he turns around and walks away.
Give your wife a kiss for me.
I will try if I do not piss myself first.
Please
Bye.
don't do that.
Make sure you lock your doors. Some nights you get real hungry.
Oh no!
Oh my gosh.
Do we have
Oh,
another
no.
like more tooth friends here?
No, so you guys see Baron Stone kind of look at this dragon, look at his drink, look at the dragon. This bottle might be more potent than I thought.
I assure you
Chimeras-
this is not an illusion of any sort.
How big is this dragon?
He's
Again,
only
like,
he's shorter than an average human being.
Oh yeah.
oh.
Yeah, you're 5'7", right?
No.
Then what are you?
No, I'm 6. No, normally he's 6'3".
Oh,
He's tall.
normally you're 6'3". Okay, so then
Yeah.
you're 7'3" now.
Yeah.
Oh
That's what
my
I'm saying.
God.
He's big.
All right.
They're just gonna be like,
Dragon.
Chimeras, maybe not indoors.
Well, I'm already
Right, like
indoors.
I
No,
assume,
no.
like, do we
This room
all
is
get,
fairly
like,
large.
pushed-
You're fine.
pushed to the ground?
No.
'Cause
Yeah,
you
this-
suddenly spawn.
This is the study. It's got a really tall ceiling. It's fine. It's probably the best place to do it.
Yeah. With that,
Still.
Kamara's now probably like stands up, kind of looking down all you down. Like, yeah.
Chimeras, can you fly?
No, not yet. I don't got the wings.
Well, Kamars, you wouldn't know
It
whether or not you can
sucks.
fly.
Oh yeah, but no, I don't. No, I don't got the wings. So no.
Okay, so
Thank
it's
God.
Well.
Do you
Yeah.
grow them as you get older, or
Well, to
how
be
does this
fair,
work?
like yesterday I wasn't able to do this, so maybe.
She's gonna go over and like stroke your. Is it scaly?
Oh, it's
skin?
Okay.
it's full on scales.
That was going somewhere very different in my mind, but okay.
You guys,
Dirty.
if you want that scene, like, I mean,
we have a minor.
Doesn't matter here, guys.
you're right.
Minor alert!
You must protect the baby.
I can kick off myself from this game.
Protect the baby. Protect the baby.
Alright. Is it? Sorry, what were you asking? Is it what?
Scaly.
Oh,
Scaly.
okay. For a
Yeah,
woman,
if he's just full on scales, or does he look like some kind of hybrid? I'm just
it's scales.
curious.
It's dragon
okay.
scale.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Then she wants to feel it.
Okay.
See, like, what the fuck is this?
It's
basically,
very hard. As you put your hands on, right? It is warm to the touch, but its entire hide is so hard. You get the feeling like it would glance off most like smaller blows, like unless like he got unlucky, and then like you run your hand lower, and then you realize that like it seems like it's not that his body has transmutated into this form, but it's more like something within kind of tore out of him. So like he does seem to not always, but have the potential to harm himself while doing this in exchange for power.
jeez. I mean, that's nothing new with him. She's seen him stab himself multiple times now. But yeah, as she like reaches and touches, she like kind of draws back for a second. She's surprised at like how warm it is.
Mm-hmm.
She thought it would kind of be just like a cold,
Well, it's warm.
not even like not even like feeling like a creature kind of. So she's kind of like confused by that. How does he react to her touching him?
I mean, he kind of just like looks at you, like waiting till you're done. Yeah. You good? Is that better?
I'm curious.
Well,
Yeah.
his voice is significantly deeper in dragon form.
Oh,
Is it
gee.
better? Yeah.
But it is still you, it would seem.
Oh yeah.
And you're someone I trust. So this is
Oh, it's nice.
all right. If she gives a little pat and steps away.
That is his second and last
Well,
one for the day,
this
Kamaris.
situation evolves.
I think after everyone's done examining him, he'll probably just turn back into normal him.
Clothes a little bit ripped here and there, but
Ah, fuck. I have to fix that. Ah, well.
So Baronstone, before we were interrupted, you
yeah.
had something to talk to us about?
Well, this is complicated. You know the name of my son, that was rescued by, Navid and Eric.
You mean Isaac?
It doesn't accept Navid.
You mean Isaac?
Mm-hmm. Do you know what I named him after? Do you guys know the origin of the name Isaac?
I don't know, Isaac Newton.
Do I?
I mean, I know.
Make
Like, is it biblical?
It's out of game. It's a similar origin, just from like a different flavored religion.
Cool.
And I'd say make a religion check.
For who? Everybody? Or
No,
specific?
for
20! I am
Nat 20. Yeah,
holy person.
yeah, you would know where it's from, and Kimaris, you can make a religion check as well, simply because you're from Hell, and religion is
Alright.
kind of big there.
What is my religion?
It's up to you. Well, you are worship of Tiamat, but
Oh yeah, no, I can't get my thing.
oh, what is your
Oh!
religion? Right.
What is-
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
Dang.
My I had to wait until my
Is it
computer
dead?
died. Like I had to wait until it died. Now it's recharging. Just I think it's give it a minute.
Alright, I'm gonna pull you up in just a second.
I'll just roll and tell what
I thought you
add to it.
forgot that you worship Tiamat.
No, I know what I worship team.
It's a plus one for you. I see
Plus one.
it.
Alright, then 16.
16? Yeah, both of you know the origin of Isaac. From a smaller, like, now defunct religion that used to believe that all the other gods were fake and there was only one real god, but nobody really follows that religion anymore. But the name came from
That was a
whole...
lame guy who turned wine into water.
Well, no, it didn't quite get that far. But, yeah, it's, you know, the origin is the same.
So
Okay.
man with wax wings, or his son, sorry.
Yeah, the one that got sacrificed
Yeah.
almost.
It's
Sacrificed.
it's both of those. Kimarus, you are partially correct. It does come from the old Icarus. However, some time ago, Isaac is the only of one of my children that I adopted from birth. All other of my children, when I adopted, they had their names. Isaac, I adopted from birth from. Well, I cannot say because I am sworn to an oath. But in every generation of stones, there are one male and one female child that were born of noble birth. This child is given willingly from the noble house to the house of stone, because the house of stone, as you know, is a house where our children are adopted only. This noble child is a sacrifice, in a sense. The firstborn child given away to live a life of knowledge of necessity, because that is what we are. Isaac was always special because this one generation, the house was elvish, but the child was not. I wasn't quite sure what that meant, but then this incident happened. I am at an odd crossroads. I wish to know what happened to him, but I fear that I might have to break my vow and tell you the name of his house to aid you on your investigation. And I'm unsure of what to do, so friends, you shared a drink with me. Some of you have saved my life, some of you saved my son's life. What do you think it is that I should do?
Well, like, is this the kind of thing where if you tell us, like, you're pretty much, like, doomed to die or something like that, or...
No, it is just my word that I'll be breaking, which is consequentially far worse.
Well,
Maybe you should just give us few hints and not just
Couldn't-
directly tell us.
Could we possibly help you without this? This
Maybe
information
I don't
specifically.
know. I feel that you might have a better chance with this information. But the idea of giving you a few hints without telling you exactly, that's a new one.
Maybe to like tell like each of us like a part of it. So you're not really telling anyone anything, and we have to piece it together ourselves. Eh?
That might just work.
Oh shit, that actually
You
worked.
see-
Alright.
We are very good at pushing barriers and doing shady stuff.
You know, sir, that all that I want is to help you, but at the same time, I would not want to be the one responsible for breaking your word, your oath as a man. I don't. If you find there is a way around it, I would appreciate that.
Breaking of a promise is not something to be taken lightly.
Not at
Both
all.
in breaking it in spirit may as well be equivalent to breaking it in word.
I fear the real shit
Your intentions are important, well, in my opinion.
And what do you think, Velshika? Should I break my word?
I cannot tell you what to do. This decision is yours to make.
I do not think that you should, personally.
Are you still in contact with this house? Is it possible to ask them for their permission to renege
They
on
are
this
not the
promise for the
ones-
sake of...
You see, this is an oath that each Lord Stone makes to the House of Stone. There are 12 houses in total, each of them a secret, of course. 12 houses in total that each generation provide their firstborn to the House of Stone after they have been approached by the new Lord. Each Lord is, when sworn in, notified of what these 12 houses are and told of their place in the cycle. They represent something unique. You see, because of the secrecy, no other house knows what any of the other houses are. You could have a stone not knock on your door for centuries on end, especially if that stone happens to be an elf, for example, which has happened before, as you've seen. It is quite like a sacred tradition that 13 houses in total have been holding strong for millennia now. I do not know if I will be the first to break it, but I do not wish to be.
Of course.
So, yes, I am in contact with the house from which Isaac is from. But I fear perhaps they might not take too kindly, or perhaps they might not understand the query at all. Perhaps they might not realize that it is to be a secret in the first place.
Well, you will never know unless you try.
So
Speculation alone.
Let me...
Could the diplomacy hurt you?
No, certainly not. Let me mull over it. A day or two. A week at most. I will send you a message through magical means and confirm what I wish to do
As
at
I've
that point.
said before, I just do not believe, sir, that you should risk your integrity for anybody, even if it's for our safety. I could not bear living knowing that I caused that of a man to break his own word.
Well, sir, I don't mean to suggest anything, but if you just told each of us a little interesting thing about this house, it surely wouldn't be your mistake if we came to a conclusion
As
that
the
we know which house
Velshika
it is.
mentioned, finding a way around it is still breaking my word. I would rather not do that. If it came down to it, I would just tell you the name of the house rather than pretend that I'm not by giving you enough information to divine it yourselves.
Well, you
That
do have
sounds reasonable.
until we reach Pronavent to think over it.
It would take you a
Should
week,
be enough
yes.
time.
Well, very well then. I'm going to retire to my quarters. Feel free to stay in the study, drink as you will. Retire soon, however. You have a long trip ahead of you in the morning.
Thank you kindly.
Rest well.
Good night.
Good
Best
night.
of luck in your decisions, sir.
And he starts walking away.
Well, that was a lot of moral stuff that I do not understand.
Yeah, same.
Vanessa just smiles.
I mean, if you want to tell people, then you just tell them. Weird.
Shay would like to look over to Dr. Riker and ask him, where do you weigh in on this? Where would you say your morality, she puts in air quotes, lies?
A man's word is important to him, as you can see. I don't think he should tell us anything about it, but...
Okay, she nods at you in agreement, but
life is meaningless anyways.
Does she say that to us?
Yeah, she just sort of whispers that into the air. Just like, it's like that.
Navi, what did you think?
I'll keep my thoughts to myself.
Okay. Keep your secrets. Like sipping on the apple juice.
I have a secret. You wanna know it?
Well, if you tell it to us, it won't be a secret anymore, will it?
Oh, that's right. Okay, I can't tell you. Sorry.
Well, in the end, it's not up to us. It's up to him. I'm just curious as to what everybody's opinion on this is.
Meh. Oh no.
You know, hypothetically, if I charmed him to tell me, it wouldn't be breaking the word, would it?
It would.
Don't do
I
that.
feel like it would be.
It's like, I know, it's just charming
Okay,
people.
and I don't
It's-
like charming people anyways, so...
No, it's like an invasion of the
But
mind.
you are very
type thing.
charming.
Yeah.
The issue is him telling, and maybe they'll come murder him for it. Who knows? But even if you ensorcel him, he's still telling.
You know, I kind of thought that was implied. You know, if you tell him you're gonna, risk his family. I mean, that's how we do it down south. You break your word.
I mean, they would murder over it? That's
Oh,
barbaric.
Of course they would.
I would say
Yes.
Odessa and Riker and Navid make history checks.
Huh.
Mm,
16.
14.
12.
Okay, I'd say that's enough. You guys like kind of think of it for a moment and you wonder like why all the secrecy. And then you realize that it's the firstborn of the house that is given up as a sacrifice to basically ground each house, and you realize the implications of that. If a standing lord of a certain house was suddenly revealed to not be the firstborn, then the entire like claim to the lordship of that house would be at stake. And then you're like, yeah, this is not the kind of information you want out there. If it's revealed that in this generation there's a child who's the firstborn of another house, then that means that in the previous generation of stone, for example in Vernon's generation, there is a stone out there who is probably of lord age, who also is the rightful lord to a noble house somewhere, and then that house might try to then assassinate the stones to prevent, a power struggle. And you're like, yeah, no, this is a sticky situation.
Yeah.
This is complicated politics. The politics with goblins was so much easier.
What?
What?
Goblins.
Oh,
Goblins?
I used to be a goblin negotiator.
What?
You know, they are simple creatures. I like. Yeah,
Yes,
I
I
didn't
can
tell you guys
understand
that.
Quite easier than this. She looks upon the variety of people here. Us.
So you've always had the gift of the gab? As a negotiator.
What are you saying?
You've always had the gift of eloquence, I suppose. As a negotiator, and
It's
now.
easy with goblins. You just smile at them and give them whatever they want, and they're calm.
It doesn't sound like more negotiating, more just giving in to what they want.
Yeah.
Do not doubt my work. I did a good
Oh
job.
no.
I'm sure you did, miss.
Did you and Rooney meet on that job?
No, we met after I left the job when I was looking for my purpose in the world, and Rooney just decided to reveal himself as my purpose. Isn't that right? Oh, where is he? Oh my god, he's probably hitting someone. I need to go fetch him
Around this
soon.
time, Rooney walks into the room in the study, and then you guys see like a splattering of red around, like just lower his mouth is.
Oh no!
He got into the ketchup in the kitchen, that's all.
I swear to God, if he ate,
Rooney,
if he
did
ate
you
part of my
eat the
deer,
Lord?
I mean, there can be mouses in the house. Mouse. Oh, fuck.
Niece?
Fair.
I would say, Shinari, make a perception check.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, if that's my fucking deer, I'm gonna kill this cat.
Oh gosh.
Darn
11.
Can you kill this cat?
11,
That's,
Shinari?
that's the question, I suppose.
Not good. Yes. Only
That's
11.
good enough. The DC was 10. You smell
Okay.
wilderberry.
Oh shit! What do I know about that?
It's a red berry that's often used in jams.
Oh no! He probably
Guy's got a
robbed
sweet tooth.
some poor person, or he just forged it himself.
Seems to be licking off his mouth. Like he's doing the thing where he's like trying to like lick his like own mouth, but he can't do it. So instead, like he's using one of his paws to like scoop out some of the jam and then starts licking it.
Yeah, it's like a dog with peanut butter, like.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah.
Okay. All right. Yeah. She was saying. Oh, all right. It is not blood of a person. It is blood of a plant.
Kimaris, make a perception check, being the other hunter in the room. You can use
Alright.
your charisma because this is a hunting-based check.
All right. So actually, my things finally come back up. So for doing charisma, perception, so it'd be +4. That'd be a 10.
10. You smell iron.
Iron?
Oh my god!
That son of a bitch! He ate part of my deer.
Oh no!
I get right.
Oh,
I
no.
stand above. His
How
head.
do you know it's a
I can
deer?
I smell that deer. I had my face in that deer.
Arana just like runs up to Rooney and she scoops him up and she's like, "Everyone, calm down, calm down, calm down." She
Arana,
calmed emotions.
this
again.
close to Rooney while he's like next to you, you smell it. Yeah, it's definitely berries. It's not iron.
I think he just snacked on some sweets. He likes to do that. He
Swear
eats
to Christ.
everything that's sweet.
If I go in that bloody kitchen and I see there's a bite out of my goddamn deer,
There is a
Cats.
bite out of your goddamn deer. You put it there.
I put a goddamn bite there. I mean like a cat-sized bite. God in the sky, who are you?
Alright. Anything else you guys want to do before you hit to bed?
This I kind of wants to call a toast. She's just gonna like raise her glass and say, well, I look forward to working. It's been nice meeting all of you. I look forward to working with all of you, to our travels together, and to finding answers. Raising her glass.
Huzzah!
Absolutely. Yeah, when I say like yo, but that doesn't match my character.
Is Navi participating or is he like being
Yes,
also?
participating.
Okay.
I thought now it is being edgy in the corner.
Brooding.
Okay.
Does
Yeah,
anyone
cheers,
actually
cheers,
get drunk, or are
cheers,
we
everybody.
being
Oh yeah,
responsible?
Kamaros get fucking shit-faced.
Oh gosh, no, not Shay. She will have like
Yeah.
2 or 3 drinks, but she's not gonna
This is like the first alcohol he's had.
Go
That's
beyond-
not from
go
hell.
beyond that.
Mhm.
It's not as good, but it's alcohol.
Alright then. With that, I would like, as everybody finishes the debauchery for the night, finally retires to their bed chambers, I want everybody to take a long rest.
Cool. Can we take like a
Arana
5-minute
wants to just
break?
try to cast
Uh,
sleep.
No,
After
we're gonna end it really quickly, so no final break
okay.
because we're fairly close to the end. It's been
Alright.
about 3 hours anyway.
Fair enough.
In the morning,
Convenient for me.
as you guys
sorry.
awake, you are actually awoken this time by Albert, who, with a small lighted hand lamp, he's walking to each door, knocking, waking up. Morning, madam. Morning, sir. Morning, madam. Your cart is ready. Good morning, sir. Your cart is ready. Good morning. Oh, right. Eric isn't here. And then he wakes all 6 of you up and he goes,
Mm-hmm.
the cart is ready. My father has instructed me to walk you down, and Vincent has prepared the horses. Unfortunately, there's no one available to man the cart, so you would have to do it yourselves. I'm sorry, it's far too early in the morning.
Oh no,
This
don't
is-
be
you're
apologetic.
fine.
We got this.
I mean, it is quite early in the morning.
The sun will be the sun will be up in about 2 hours. So it should be up before you head to the Manifold Pass. Is there anything I could get for you before you set out. Master Kimaris, here are the rations from the deer. There are a total of 14 as were promised.
Lovely. Just shove them on the cart.
Are they giving us other rations, like enough for a week? Because I have
Yes.
nothing. I was like
So,
starving when Shay found me.
On the cart, you will find one set of winter cloaks for each of you. You will
damn.
find
I gotta go buy mine. Damn it.
enough
Same.
enough supplies to set up fires along the way. More than enough. You will find 2 weeks worth of rations for everybody, including this. It is 2 weeks and 2 days worth of rations for everybody.
Okay.
And I believe there are some more tent that you could set up. Just a fairly simple large tent that could fit 7 under it. But that's really all there is in there. So it's a fairly simple cart designed for a short-term trip.
That is most kind.
Yes.
This is simple.
It's a large cart, but it is simple. 3 draft horses.
Oh.
Did the horse have names? I need to know.
I'm not unsure. You could probably name them yourselves. They are a gift to you. Well,
She would like to give a flower to Albert.
Oh.
Make a charisma
as she
check.
was- Oh no! My flower needs a charisma.
No, he accepts it. Just make a charisma check.
Albert falls in love with
14.
you.
14 total.
He smiles, kind of like sheepishly reaches out, accepts it. Goes, "Thank you, madam. I wish you luck."
Albert?
Yes.
You know, I've only known you for a few days, but you seem like a very smart person. So I hope you only have the best luck in life. And yeah, go do something awesome right now. And she gives him bardic inspiration.
Oh. What do you play or sing?
Yeah, she kind of just like plays her violin, and she's like, "Go do something awesome. Go change the world. Be awesome."
Thank you very much.
Aw.
I certainly feel inspired. However, it is an ungodly time in the morning. Let's not wake up the children.
I woke up to Albert, just put a hand on his shoulder. I don't have much to say, but thanks for the book. It
Of
was an
course.
interesting read.
I hope it helped.
Did.
Well, time is of the essence. Come, let us proceed down. Are all of you ready?
Yeah, Chief.
Let's go.
Indeed.
He leads you down the main stairwell out to the foyer, and there you see is a very large cart made of what looks like a dark wood. You can't quite tell what it is. It's a bit too dark. 6 wheels on each side, so it's a double wide cart actually. It's a double wide, double length cart. Large enough for 7 people, and there's a cargo area where, as Albert mentioned, there's a bunch of rations and everything. The rations seem to be covered in an insulating cloth to prevent them from turning. There is a upper seating area for the driver, and it seems like 2 people could sit comfortably side by side there. And the interior, which is covered in a tarp of sorts, is large enough for about 8 people to sit comfortably and even lie down if they wanted to. It's a fairly large cut. Vincent is holding the reins and goes, "Friends, Baron Stone is counting on you." He holds out the reins. Who would like to take the reins?
I could.
Okay. Navid steps up, takes the reins as you get up and sit on, and the rest of you pile onto the cart. You guys see Vincent and Albert standing outside the manor. Both of them kind of looking up at you guys. "Good luck on your journey, Albert. Good luck."
Shay
Thank you for the
waves.
I'm
raisins.
just
She
kind of
keeps
like followed-
waving.
I'm doing all the
waves
like
to crowd of-
As the horses begin to and trot slowly, you guys see the entire cart begin to slowly move and then start picking up speed, heading east out of Mesa. as you pass the walls, you do indeed see one guard, fairly similar, recognizable, familiar. It was the guard that came to the manor last night to complain about werewolves. Sees all of you on the cart, kind of like backs off. The other
Kamaris
guards,
gets out and gives him like a big wave and smile.
he's gone.
Bye!
I thought you were gonna hug him. That would definitely kill him.
The gates are opened for you. It appears that they have received word that you are coming.
They better be.
And you guys turn left towards the north, heading along this periphery of the city. On one side you have the wall of Mesa, on the other side you have the verdant forest. It is about this time that the sun begins to rise on your right, as rays of light shoot in, passing through various gaps between the trees, finding small but definitely straight, uninterrupted, unobstructed paths through this forest to illuminate you in speckles of small white dots of brilliant lights, until eventually the sun rises to a point such that you are all illuminated, casting a long shadow to your left on the city that you are leaving behind as you head forward to Cornivan. As you come closer to the edge of where the forest and the city meet the beginning of the first mountain and the Manifold Pass, that's where we're going to end tonight's session.
Yeah.
Oh.
I just realized I've been misspelling manifold past this entire time.
Alright, I'm going to be ending the stream. We don't actually have anyone on the stream left. There were some people earlier, but they've left since. So stream
Aw.
as